Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are here, man. Midday live with the brothers. Bank holiday weekend. Hope you're not enjoying your Easter, you know what I'm saying, with the family and that. And yeah, man, we are here with the brothers. What are you lot telling me? If you, like I said, if you got 3 points, tradition, raise your hands.
Go on, man.
There you go. There you go, man. Another L for Tottenham as well. You know what I mean? Shout out to George, man, tonight. You know what I mean? It's going to be an L for you lot. But yeah.
Saeed, I feel like you failed to mention your team had lost. I think I'm going to put my hand up here because I ain't played yet. And I don't think it's fair for me to be pictured in the same light as you. So I'm going to hold my hand here.
How many losses have you got? How many losses have you got?
You actually lost again. You actually lost again.
Not many as you. Not many as you, though. Not many as you, though.
No, not.
Yeah, I mean, not many as you lot. You know what I'm saying to you. Shout out to Goonie, man. Goonie's in the back. Goonie.
Yes.
What are you telling me, man? What are you telling me, Goonie?
I just felt to jump on the stream today, man. Like I missed
Why not, man?
I missed the midday live, so I thought let's get it cracking. But where's
Come
Don?
on.
I don't see Don. Where is he?
Don's hiding, man. Madueke stinker, innit? So he's hiding, man.
Oh,
It's a minor. You got me here. I'm the sub.
Come on. Come on.
Ollie gonna change our settings.
My brother. Big up Goonie in the cup, man. Big up Goonie in the cup, man.
bro.
He's chilling. He's here, man. But you know what I mean?
Oh,
Big
we're
up
live
to
already. I didn't even know. My bad.
Yeah, we're live, man. We're live, bro. We're live, man. It's all blessed. What are you telling me?
Big up the chat. Big up everybody, obviously on the panel as well. Yeah. I know it's a little shameless. Goonies coming here after a win, but this is what we do. We've got no shame, gang. Yeah.
Come on, man. Big up to Goonie. Big up to D as well, man. Big up to D for stepping in, man. Lee couldn't make it. Stinker and hooked. You know them ones there, but big up to D, man. What are you saying, D?
Yeah, man. The same old, bro. I'm waiting for you to just let me know about your team, bro. You're focusing on the wrong things, my guy.
Listen, man, we're gonna speak, man. Them, you know what I'm saying? To big up to everyone locked in, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to everyone's channel, links in the description. And yeah, man, it's only again, we're gonna start with another United cooking, man. I feel like we're here every day. I feel like we're here every day with the same old, man. Same old, man. Another loss for Man United, bro. Can you believe it, bro? But is it believable?
No,
Is it true?
honestly, man, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do the Saeed bingo thing, innit? When United get
Yeah,
beat.
I know. I see.
So yesterday, I was obviously like, it was going to be nice weather and that. So I was thinking about what football's on, what's going on. Let me play my day in it. I'm going to see my mum and that. Like, see what's happening. I saw United was playing Wolves. I'm thinking, there's no way United are getting beat at home off of Wolves. Yeah, they've just beaten Lyon. They've just come back on a mad comeback against Lyon. The morale's going to be high. The stadium's going to be rocking for this. It should be. You know what I mean? Because obviously you just come back off a big win. And I'm thinking, nah, there's no chance. Maybe they'll draw in it, worst case scenario. But there's no way they're going to get beat, man. And then I get out of the fucking restaurant, yeah, and I'm like, United got beat. What the hell, bro? Like this is insane, man. This is actually insane. You are very, very lucky that this league is shit, mate. Like, really, really bad. Because if we was going back like 10, 15 years ago, yeah, I genuinely, and I'm not even saying this as a banter thing, yeah, I genuinely think you could have been relegated. If we was going back like 10, 15 years ago, I genuinely believe that you could have been. And by the way, that applies to Spurs as well. Yeah, but you definitely could have been relegated this year, man. You are trash. Absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, that Garnacho, Højlund, obviously I don't watch him, yeah, but I'll speak on them anyway, yeah, because they are horrific footballers. How they're scamming like thousands of pounds every single week when they're awful, especially Højlund. He is absolutely trash, mate. He is. And yeah, bro, I just couldn't believe that you got beat again, man. It's actually unreal. And by the way, yeah, I know you've been doing this whole the players are shit. You have to speak on the manager. You have to. Statistically, this is the worst manager you've had at the football club since the 1970s. Yeah? Now, I know that the players are trash, but you have to speak on this manager because, bro, he's won 6 Premier League games. Worst points per game ratio since the 1970s. But you have to speak on him, man. You can't just be like, oh, the players are dead so he can do what he wants.
You know what it is? It's reliant on that Europa League, isn't it? Where my judgment lies, man. And I know it sounds mad, but if you don't win the Europa League, then that's where I think everyone's going to have their conversation about the manager. But the Premier League, bro, it's in the bag, bro. Like, bro, it's bad for him to. You know the damning stats. I think the damning stat before you man come in and cook it again. I'm gonna let you man cook. Don't worry. Vitor Pereira came in. I think he was 12 or 13 points behind Man United. He's level on points with United.
5 wins on the bounce.
You got the wrong Portuguese manager. There's actually a worse stat that I've seen. I've seen that if Liverpool stopped playing a match of football after the Tottenham game in December, they'd still have more points than you've had all season.
Nah, that ain't right. That
is. They've accumulated 39 points by that point. 39 points by the 20th of December, and you guys only got 38 till now.
Do you know what it is as well? Do you know what it is as well, Jules? Yeah. The problem is one, it's getting worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand how it's getting worse. And 2, it's like every decision that Amorim has made is wrong. Has he made any right decisions so far since he's been there? I need to he puts in Højlund, it doesn't work. Puts in Zerski, not really too sure. Mainu goes in the 10, not sure. Plays deeper, not sure. Bruno in the 10, then he plays deep. Like nothing he's doing has well. I don't know one thing that he stumbled upon that makes you think, yeah, that's the one. What position has he decided that is, yeah, that's solidified? Apart from Doggo at left back, maybe.
Yeah, listen. No, I think in Europe he's maybe found a formula, but in the Premier League, no.
I want you to answer the question. Though. I want you to say to me which player in which position has he decided? Yeah, that one works, and that's what I'm running with. Which one?
Aiden Heaven, maybe.
What?
Heaven? What?
Aiden Heaven.
He's played about 4 or 5 games. What are we talking about? That's work.
Trying to think here. 1 second.
Which one? I need to know one. Give me
the answer is he doesn't.
Lelio. So to be fair, the back line. The back line don't get mad goals.
Plays centre back, then he plays.
Hold on a minute. The back line, we're not getting smoked every week. We're not like getting peppered. Listen, we're losing games. Don't get me wrong. We're not like getting beat. Like what I'm saying. Apart from that Newcastle game, we haven't really been battered by clubs. We've competed well. Hold on a minute. We've competed well against the better teams in the top 6. Let's be honest. Competed well against should have beat Arsenal. Should have beat Man City. You know what I mean? We should have beat Liverpool at Anfield, let's be honest. There was games where we competed well, but all in all, I'm not going to dress it up. It's been bad. Like, I don't think I need to do the whole, you know what I mean? The reality is that Man United have been trash in the Premier League, and there's no covering it up. And
you want to see, like, if you break it down, not to say we know he's been bad, innit? We know that he's been terrible, but you want to see something to say, okay, that makes sense. But there's not one player that I'm looking at that you say, Euro plays right centre back 1 minute, then he's playing left centre back 1 minute, then he's playing Mazraoui right centre back, then he's playing Mazraoui wing back, then he's playing Dalot left wing back, then he's playing Dalot right wing back. Then, like, I don't understand what's going on with it.
You know what, D? Do you know what, D? The only player that made sense, but he's injured at the moment, is Ahmad. That's the only guy I can say.
But Ahmad was playing well before Amorim came in, though, to be fair.
Yeah, but even then, Rom, even then, he's playing Ahmad. 1 minute he's playing right wing back, then he's playing in the right turn.
Right wing, yeah.
Like which one? Where he hasn't got a clue who to play where.
You
know,
I do believe,
apart from Onana and Dogu.
I just heard LB saying he come out of a restaurant and he was surprised, but were the rest of you surprised? I knew United would lose. After that performance they put in against Lyon, they're going to be tired. On top of their poor home record this season, I knew this win would cut. I didn't think they'll keep a clean sheet. That's a bit mad because United normally score at home. But I saw this result coming. I think you said last week, Saeed, Vita Pereira had won 4 on the bounce. It's now 5 on the bounce. They're one of the most informed teams in the Premier League. I saw this result coming. This don't even surprise me. I just think now United were already dead in the league before they done what they done against Lyon. I just think this is going to continue. Saeed, you said last week you can't see where your next win's coming from. I actually agree with you.
We don't win again the game next season. We don't win the game.
Where's your next win? I just think he's going to...
Maybe West Ham.
You guys haven't won since Leicester last month, yeah? And I remember coming on after that stream and literally looking at your games and saying, bro, like, I don't think you guys get a win until the rest of the season. Me and LB and everyone else says. That's why when LB said it as well, Roms, I was like, what do you mean you're surprised, bro? Man United don't win games, especially at home. And you're forgetting that they just played 120 minutes of football in Europe in midweek. They don't have a squad. They've not changed the players. They've got the same players going out there. They was not expected to put on a good performance. Man United won't win a game until the end of the season. If they do, it'll be 1. They're finishing on 18 losses at least. Bro, you're going to be just as bad as us.
Pull this up, Saeed, Get this up on the screen, bro.
What evidence,
I got evidence, So I don't know if you can fully see this, but this is this is the list of Man United's entire history of managers, right? So in the entire history of managers, Man United have had 30 managers in their history. Amorim is the 8th worst.
Wow.
By points per game. Only Frank O'Farrell from 1970, Jack Robson from 1914, Herbert Bamlett from 1927, Jimmy Murphy from 1958, John Chapman, 1921, Alfred Albert from 1889, and Walter Crickmer from 1931 are worse than Ruben Amorim. Everybody else has a better points per game ratio. Now, obviously, somebody just scammed it, like Ruben Bandisor has only managed.
You know what's worse about that, LB?
That is true.
Even Ragnarok himself.
What's worse about that, is that it would have been easier to be higher on the list because he's had such little games.
That's what I was gonna say. It would have been easier.
Like, if he had 5 games on one, you know what I mean, on 1-5, we'd had 100%. It would be top.
Because that you just said, LB, the Van Nistelrooys and that have only played 4 games, and other managers, Ryan Giggs interim, only a few. You kind of expect them to be worse, but the fact that he's that low is crazy. D's spot on, bro. He shouldn't be that low with the amount of
my worry is, the thing is, right, like Wolves won 5 in a row, and the teams that they played, I struggle to think that United could still do that in a row and win them 5 games. They haven't played crazy better teams, but then again, United are in that position. Have we been able to win them games? And that's my problem, man. Winning back-to-back games is I don't know how this United team have not done that. That, like, like people I think undervalue the importance of winning back-to-back games, bro. Like, generally, like if we don't win them back-to-back games, like, but you're not going to build no consistency, and we haven't been able to do that. We haven't been able to build consistency under Amorim. We haven't, bro, and that's been our problem. We've been games where we should have beaten, we haven't beaten. Games where it's not looking good. And obviously, we haven't got really strikers put the ball back in net. We've got Højlund, who, let's be honest, man, it isn't looking good. He's awful, bro. And we've got him up front. Terrible. And that, let's be honest, bro. Like, and this is why I say, like, you know what? Like, you can blame the manager, but who's up front to score goals, man? Yeah. Who's up front to score goals?
You know what, as well? You want managers to have situations where if you lose games, you want to have deserve to lose, and if you win games, you want to have deserve to win. All the games that Man United win, they don't deserve to win. They were getting outplayed by Lyon with 10 men.
Mm.
So okay, you came through it and it was like, yeah, it was a crazy game. You got through, you showed guts. But everyone knows Leon deserved to win that game. So you can't, if you're not even winning games that you deserve to win, that's a major issue because you're not going to be able to keep that up. Just losing every game and win every game is just luck of the draw, and that's not coaching.
I just think this decision to appoint Amorim, and I said it at the time, whilst I actually rate this guy, I think United appointed Amorim, who plays a completely different system and a completely different formation, which requires different players. To Ten Hag was a major risk. And when you're hearing the noise coming out of the club that maybe they don't have the finances to go out and do a complete squad rebuild, which is what the club needs, I think you've got to question the board and the decision making on appointing Ruben Amorim, because Ruben Amorim is not going to change his system. He's going to continue to play this system, which requires some specialist players, and I just think it's such a bit of a mad decision to go and get him. I can't believe. I just think they should have appointed a manager who plays a similar system to Ten Hag, who they can just get a few new players in and just, coach them better rather than Ten Hag. To get Amorim in and require this rebuild is just a crazy decision for me. And obviously, like you got the likes of Højlund up front, who's awful. 13 Premier League goals in 2 years. 13 Premier League goals in 2 years. This guy is shit, man. And 70 odd million quid you spent on him.
70 odd million.
I said 2 months ago, and people thought I was doing too much. He is the worst striker in the league. I'd rather Leicester's, I'd rather Southampton, I'd rather the bottom three, number 9, over this Højlund guy. He is the worst. And you know what? There was excuse, not you side, but there was a minority of United fans that are making excuses. Oh, we're not playing to his strength. No one creates chances for him. I've seen enough chances created for him, and you don't put the ball back in it. There was one that flashed across him.
He should have been there. Should have been there. Yeah,
facts. The striker anticipates that, and you meet it whilst the cross is coming, and he didn't. And that's happened many times in the United shirt. So this excuse can't wash. Oh, we're not creating chances for him. And also funny, right? United fans like to say, "Oh, Bruno creates X, Y, and Z chances." I've actually seen Bruno put the ball in the plate countless times for this Højlund guy, and he doesn't finish. So he's just not good, and the United fans cling on to him. He could still come good in that. Sometimes you just have to cut your losses. I think we've all had a player where you cut your losses. He cost you big money, you have to sell him. We have it with Núñez, you have it with Højlund. I'm sure there's many other examples. You just have to cut your losses with these type of players, because I don't see there's any progression for him at all. He's just not. He might go to another country and do well. Like I've even said with Darwin Núñez, I think his next club he's going to do very well at. Sometimes the Prem's just not for you. He's just not cut out for it.
Yeah, you know when people say he's got to get his new players, he's got to build his squad and he's got to do the three at the back and all that. Well, why would you need to do that if you're getting rid of all these players? Why do the players need to get used to a system that you're not planning to use these players for?
No, but you still have to build up the core principles in what you want to do in it. Like if you want to,
why?
No, because you're gonna do that, innit? What you're gonna change your system just for players that are there right now.
Yeah.
You're gonna build it in. You're gonna build it in. And then next season, when them players come in, they come in and they slot in because of their quality. Like Cunha comes in, that left hand role is his. You know what I mean? Whoever comes in up front, they come in up front. Like you're slotting these.
You're gonna have to start it again anyway.
Yeah, but we start again. But you start again with better players that know that just are good ballers. So you don't have to micromanage them. Like,
and
these players are not good enough.
Get a brand new 11. Some of those players.
We're not.
So like the likes of Yoro, maybe the likes of like another centre half, the goalkeeper if he stays, like over Bruno Fernandes. Like these players are now getting ready and understanding the system. So when new players come next year, they're ready to go. They're ready to go.
Why does that make? Let's be real though. They've got a.
Why does it have to be like that though?
Would you?
Because do you have to see it like this? Yeah, they've got a 25-man squad. Even if they sell a lot of players, the maximum they're going to get rid of is 6 or 7. Let's just say that's a good window, 6 or 7 players. That's still 18 players left in that squad that are going to be used to playing a certain system. When you embed 5 new players into that team, you need to let those players slot into their roles and, like they said, know their positions and what's required of them. And everyone else knows their job. If you've got 8 or 9 players that know how to do their job well, and then 2 or 3 that are embedding themselves into the system, that's easier than having a whole team of training a whole new system in the summer just to fit these new players that have come in. The squad needs to know what they're playing, and they need to be.
It sounds good. It sounds good. Yeah, because in an ideal world, that's what you would want to do in an ideal world. But you're not if you're losing every week.
No, of course, it makes it difficult. It makes it difficult. But that's what I'm saying. The Europa League is a must-win because then it can back up its point that, yo, listen, I've had a terrible season, but I've won the Europa League now. I've earned you that bread that you need to go and buy players in, and then give me that now back in.
Nah,
that
but that's the wrong way to look at it. That's not, because that's exactly what you done under Ten Hag. Is you want
no. My thing is with Ten Hag, yeah, Amorim came in for a difficult situation without his players, without having pre-season. Yes, it's been terrible, but he's come into a difficult environment. Ten Hag, he's been given all the tools and he hasn't done the job. With Amorim, he hasn't been really given the best tools possible to be doing what he really maybe wants to do.
But the league form is still like...
It's still bad, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't help him. That's what I'm saying. The Europa League is a big indication of whether they give him the backing or not.
But that's why that's why he didn't want the job at the first, did he, George? He wanted to.
He didn't want the job. He didn't want the job.
End of the season.
He wanted to wait.
He wanted it in the season.
He said to him, it's now or never. So he had to take the job. Here's where it is for me. Yeah, I actually personally understand why Amorim's not changing his system, and I actually agree with him.
Of course.
I think he should stick with the system and let the players fail. Yeah, but when it comes to the summer and he gets these new players going into next season, in my opinion, you got 2 months, bro. And if it's not improved after 2 months, you're gone. But you can't be sitting there making excuses.
I agree.
And you're like 12th or whatever, and he's got like 4 or 5 new players. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, "I'll give him time." No. You're doing this now. You're setting a system. Basically, what Amorim is basically telling us is, okay, then give me new players and I'll cook. All right. Well, if you get new players and next season you don't cook, what are we waiting for? He's got till October for me. Start a new season. If you're not.
But then that's unfair. That's unfair again, then, because you're saying he's got to October because you're saying that he's got to get a few of his players in.
Yeah.
So it's like that means you're saying this season you're taking into account how bad he's been this season because you've only given him 2 months. Yeah. That's unfair.
No, you have to because it's but it is fair because you've got an unprecedented amount of losses. We're talking about 12 under his reign. You then have to start next season very strong. And I mean, not like 1 loss in the first 5 games.
Yeah, but no, wait. But what I'm saying, when I said that, why is he doing this system for these players? You lot said because he has to bed it into these players. So I'm saying if he gets his players, it should start again, really.
What do you mean start again? What do you mean start again?
Start from scratch in the summer. If you're
no. It shouldn't be starting from scratch. No, there isn't no scratch. My thing is, it gets better players in. You go into next summer. You have a pre-season. You then just see an improvement on your style, but most importantly, results. You need to get results on the board. Get results on the board. Get performances on the board.
Same as now. It's no different to now.
No,
it's not the same as now.
What we're saying is we are not me, but you are basically saying to Amorim, you're doing shit. This is basically the excuse. Otherwise, he should be sacked already. You're doing
yeah.
So when you get new players in the summer, if you're then still shit next year, you got no excuses because If you said to Amorim, why are you 14th? Why are you so dead? Why are you the 8th worst manager in Man United's history? He's going to say because the players are shit. So when you get new players, there's no excuses.
I agree with that. And my rebuttal to that would be, instead of saying that you're saying that if he gets his players, there's no excuses. I would take it a step back and say, you shouldn't be playing this system with these players. That's what I'm saying.
No. I don't think the system is the issue. I really don't.
This is what I'm saying. Because that's the excuse that he hasn't got his players. But then it's like, so what? You're not a manager anymore, then, or you're not a coach.
No. You still have to coach. You still have to see element of coaching. My thing is right. You go into next season if he is still the manager. If he was sacked, then I think that nobody really could argue any differently. If he gets sacked or whatever, if he loses the Europa League as well. If he then goes into next season with the same issues, with the same mishaps as what he's doing right now, and you're losing games where you cannot categorically lose games to, then he's going to be under severe pressure, and there's going to be calls for him to get sacked. There is, but because you're not improving.
You're getting outplayed by Southampton at home. Yeah.
Yes.
You're getting
that's a problem.
You're losing to Wolves. You're getting outplayed by 10-man Leon at home. Yeah. You're saying basically he needs to have his players, and I'm saying your managerial skills with these players.
I know it's a problem. Yeah, it's a problem.
You're basically saying he has to have the perfect world.
No. I'm not saying he has to have the perfect world. I'm saying that I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. I'm not even right now. If he was to be sacked tomorrow, nobody could argue against it. You've lost 12 games. You've been poor. It is what it is. But what I'm trying to say to you is, if he is given the summer with players, then there's really no excuses for you to then showcase more of your implementation of these players. Because then you can't say, I've been held back by a guy that can't score goals. I've been held by Garnacho who can't do this. Do you get it? Like?
He needs to fail with a team in his design for like everyone to agree that look, this guy, because I see where you're coming. I see where you're coming from, D. But because I used to think, you know what, this manager's just being naive. Like if your system ain't working, change it. Then I just realized these United players are just dead. He could play 3, 4, 5 other systems. The quality is just not there in the team.
Quality's dead, bro.
I feel like where Saeed's at and the majority of United fans. Some fans want him out now and like Saeed.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it, though. I hear it.
They got every right to feel that. But I feel like if he gets a team, I'm not even saying his team is designed 1 to 11, like 11 players. No, but 3 or 4 players in his design and he's still doing bad. That's when I think everyone will call.
You know what? I agree with that, but I think we're looking at it too complicated. Like I wouldn't say you haven't like to sack him now because of this and to not sack him because he hasn't got his players. I'm just saying, as a Man United manager, losing this amount of games is unacceptable, regardless of what your reasons are. I don't care if you've got your players.
I agree. I agree.
Your players, whether you're a new manager, whether you're not, losing this amount of games to these teams every week is unacceptable. Period. As a Man United.
That's fact. But you hear the argument that we're saying is that, like, because I agree with you, and I think that's a very fair point, yeah. Because this is a sackable offence what he's doing right now. All people like Saeed and what I'm sort of saying is like he's implementing his style of play, yeah. He's doing shit right now. You're basically giving him, even though I kind of think that it is absolutely horrendous. You're giving him till the summer, and if he doesn't improve within the first 2 months of the summer, basically what you're saying is, okay, so everything you told us last year about it being the players is actually not right, and it's actually I completely hear your point, because I agree, and I was saying it to Saeed at the start of the video. This is horrific from Amorim, which is why, if it was me, if I was a United fan, I'd literally give him 2 months at the start of next season, and if it ain't improving, he's gone. He's got 0 credit in the bank, mate, yeah? He's got 0 credit in the bank, this guy. He's the 8th worst manager in Man United's history. And you're 100% right. If you're a United fan wanted him sacked right now, I don't think Saeed or anyone can that's ridiculous. Because he's done nothing at all to show that he deserves it.
And I don't trust Ineos, by the way, to bring in another guy that they basically went midway through the season and said, yo, I want you, and it's now or never. I don't know who they go get next. They could get Gareth Southgate for all we know. We don't know. They could go get a different manager that is a scrub as well. So for me, it's like, I don't trust them as well to go and get a new manager in. What I can say is, you know what? Give the manager time to get his players in. And then if I still see there's no improvements, then you can say, right, cool. It hasn't worked out. It is what it is. But I don't really trust them to go and get a new manager in, I really don't. They can say that, but I don't think they can go and get a new manager.
What you lot having to say? Big up the panel first of all as well. Big up B, yeah.
Big up, man.
You have to ask Saeed who he actually thinks is gonna come in, bro. Like, how many positions do you think you lot are gonna bring in? Who do you think that you're gonna get rid of, bro? Because right now you man on a Klarna thing. You know what I'm saying? You man on a Klarna thing right now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I think for me, we really need a keeper. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would get rid of the keeper. I think for me, we need a fullback.
Yeah, but on that, let's touch up on that though.
Wing back or two.
Do you think that right now that's going to be a massive priority to get a new keeper? Like,
it should be. It should be.
It should be one of the first.
It should be one of the first.
Let's be honest. That, I agree with Don. They're not going to look to sign a new.
They're not going to look in. But does that mean that I don't have to prioritize it as a fan?
No, I get that you as a fan, but we want to know like realistic options what the club's going to look at, because ultimately you need to think of it from Amorim's point of view. What's going to fill the holes for Amorim? Goalkeeper's not going to be one of the first things he looks at.
No, but that's the thing. Saeed's saying it from his point of view, because Jordan Dunn, look in the camera and be honest. If Onana was your keeper, bro, be one of the
they got Sanchez. Is Sanchez a priority then?
For us?
Yes.
It's Sanchez.
So there you go then. So we're saying the same thing.
He's a hypocrite. Don't listen to anything he says about his club, bro. Don't like.
We're gonna get onto him.
Hold on. Yeah, but the thing is, I know that Onana should be a priority, but I'm talking about United's situation financially at the minute, right? Do you think that they're gonna make it a priority? Is what I'm saying.
No, of course they won't.
Whereas with me, I've got tangible evidence, of them saying, we're not gonna bring in a new keeper. They've done that twice, and then before you know it, Kepa's out the door. They bring Sanchez. Right? Before you know it, they bring Jorgensen. So I actually think that we'll get a new keeper.
But the thing is, though, if sometimes, I feel like, when fans speak about things I think then the club kind of almost, for some reason, I don't know, they play on it and they be like, you know what, the fans are asking for Onana to go, you know, and there's pressure around it. I feel like if we don't create that pressure and we just accept it, then the club kind of almost, I really do now. I'm being serious with you, man. When there's a conversation about a player and whatnot, like, sometimes it comes to its existence, but like even for example, Sancho's situation, a lot of the fan base had enough. Then the club went into this situation. Then Tyrique, and it was a cold case of right, Sancho needs to go now. So I believe if we speak into existence, it will happen. So Onana's got to go. So we need a new goalkeeper. I think for me, maybe a wing back or two. If I'm being honest with you, I think we need a wing back or two. Two midfielders, two. One ball playing, one maybe a box to box, maybe someone that's athletic and can maybe a Baleba kind of type. I don't think it's going to be that one, but maybe Edison, or something like that.
How about Leslie Ogochukwu, man?
Listen, bro, he's actually not a bad player, but I don't want Leslie. He's actually a good player. He's yours. He can replace Lavia.
Yeah, but bro, we're gonna flip him most likely.
He can replace Lavia.
Leslie's most likely gone, bro.
Okay. So, okay, cool. We need a striker, maybe or two, but I'm going to say just one. I'm not going to be greedy. And a left 10. I've just named you 6 positions that start.
That's what I said at the start of this segment. I said you need 6 or 7 starters, not squad players that need to come straight into your level. You need about 6 or 7.
That don't even make sense. So what you're telling me is that don't even make sense. So
how does that not make sense?
Here we go.
Because what you're saying is, so if you get these 6 players that you're getting in, yeah, you need these 6 players to potentially achieve what? To challenge for the title or for what? What are we talking about here? What do we need?
Answer
the question. What's the 6 players for?
So we can improve, so we can get up the table, so we can.
See what I'm saying? So now you need 6 players just to improve.
Brother, what's the whole point of the Premier League then? You improve every year, right?
I'm saying, what are you not trying? Am I not trying to challenge for titles anymore? What are you saying?
No. I have to be realistic. I'm saying United next season should be. I reckon United will probably get around top 6 maybe next season.
So you need 6 players. So you need 6 players. So you basically what you're saying is
not with those players, Saeed. You need to be targeting top 4 with those players.
Nah, man, I don't think so. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's not funny though. You guys always talk from a privileged point of view. When you're up there, and it's like, oh, when you're down here, there isn't steps. The funny thing, when it was Arsenal fans, and when they bought Jesus Zinchenko, we told them these weren't the players trying to out. They said no, but they were the guys that just raised the floor.
We're not Man United. We're not Man United.
No. Hold on a minute. No. You know, looked at bad United.
Wait. Let me make my point. The point is to go up levels, you need to step from wherever we are is just above relegation to them being a team that gets into Europe again, to then be a team that solidifies itself in top 4 and then a title challenge. There's levels. Man United can't go from where they are now to title challenge or where they are now to
No way. I don't know what he's smoking there. You just
spoke about signing 6 players, which you'd all assume are good top quality players, first team players.
No, but that's no, but you wouldn't assume that because when does a club sign first team players? That's just rubbish. It doesn't.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
Hold on. Let me land this.
If Manchester United sign 6 first team players,
it won't happen.
I'm telling you now. I expect them to be challenging for the title. What are you talking about?
What?
Bro,
not straight away. Let me listen.
What are you talking about?
That's a timeout. I can't lie to you. You know, Saeed TV, we do timeouts, bro, that is a timeout, D. Listen, this is not quiz master, This ain't no quiz we're doing here. This ain't trench talks, bro, This ain't no trench talks, yo. You know what I'm saying? Yo, are you serious, bro? Title.
Well, are we being serious here or not?
Yeah, bro, we are being serious, bro.
I'm with you, bro.
If you're saying, okay, hold on.
Wait, let me say it. You got Fernandes in your squad, You've got in your team, you've got Champions League winners all in your team, all around your team.
Winners.
Bro, you got Casemiro in your team. You got
Casemiro passes, bro. You know we're dissing Casemiro the other week. Are you mad? You were literally passing Casemiro the other week.
One second. I can't believe.
Let him land. I'm gonna let him land.
These 6 or 7 players in your team, and you're telling me that does what? That should be challenging for top 6 or top 8.
Yes,
five.
top
I said top
six.
five.
Top
Champions
five.
League.
Listen, it can get
You
to
lot
top.
actually- you lot
Listen
are
to me. It can maybe get and manifest into a top 5 challenge, yeah. Because we've seen that this top 5 is a bunch of inconsistent, whatever it is, yeah. It's a joke of a top 5, really. The top 2 have done their thing, but the rest of them have been inconsistent. It may be, but I'm saying to you, my prediction is next season for Man United to be in that top 6 area. I have to be realistic.
But the
You
target
lot are
has to be
cutting out the
to get
manager.
top 4, bro.
You would
The
just have
target-
15 losses, bro. To build consistency, you go
Bro,
from 15 losses.
Your squad is not a 15 losses squad, bro. That's why we're killing Amorim.
No, but I get that. But you're building something from literally that where we are right now to then say United are challenging for the league.
Bro, I'm telling you
It's
now,
crazy.
if the top managers in the world were at Man United now,
How long
you
did
think
also?
they'll be-
How? So
you
wait.
think
So
they'll be
also, okay, let's preach to the choir. Yeah. Did you not go from your title winning where you had your team there? Did you go from there to title
we
winning
went from
squad?
8th to 2nd.
No, but did you go from no? But hold on a minute.
No,
Hold on a
there
minute.
was a couple fifths.
Now there was a couple of fifths, but what are you talking about?
But
You didn't go
you know
from 8 to
what I'm
2nd.
saying? These guys have won 2 trophies in 2 years, this squad.
Yeah, it don't matter, bro. Forget the trophies because they've shown that.
This is what I'm saying.
He's
bro.
I know what he's trying to do here. He's trying to
Hold
put
on.
expectations
No,
here
no,
for no reason.
You're, I don't understand. You're
that
basically
right
saying that your squad right now is just as bad as the 15th, the 16th, and 17th. That's basically what you're saying.
No, it's
Well,
not.
they
It shouldn't
are.
be there.
West Ham and Wolves are, no. West Ham and Wolves are just
What are
about
you doing
similar
here?
squads to Manchester to Man
But you
United.
lot are going mad.
Hold on a minute. I don't understand this.
You lot have actually lost the plot.
Hold on a minute. Them 2 trophies, by the way, yeah, listen to me. They were papered over massive cracks at United. Let's be honest. You lot were saying that so many years. Papered over big cracks. Man United, yeah, last season, yeah, finished 8th. But we really should have finished maybe 12th or 14th if it wasn't for last minute winners from McTominay. Let's be honest, yeah. This idea that United could go from here to title challenging is absolutely
What about
ludicrous.
top-
What are you
No,
doing?
that's not what I said. I said if you
Ludicrous.
signed 6 first-team players.
Yeah, still, yeah.
All right,
Yeah, it's not a title challenge.
For a second, what about going from here to a top 4 challenge?
That's what I said.
Possibly, yeah.
Gotta be
Possibly.
targeting top 4.
Possibly. Yeah, possibly.
That has to be the target. That has to be the target, surely.
Let's touch up on what D's saying.
That's the reality. It's different.
Hold on, let's touch up on what D's saying though, because there's certain man in this squad that you United fans love to rate and love to talk about, right? You talk about Lenny Euro is now here. You know what I mean? You talk about
Lenny Euro's a bad boy.
right? You talk about Maguire, this system fits him, right? You talk about Dogu can do what the manager wants him to do. You know what I mean? You talk about Kobe is amazing and all of these things. So half of your team you like, yeah. So what D's
Not
saying,
really. Not half of them, no.
if you bring, bro, that's like how many players I've said that. I've mentioned about 4 or 5
No.
players, bro.
No, Maguire, not really. Maguire can go if he wants to.
Maguire can go. Who else?
Maguire can go. Hoyle can go. Garnacho can go. Casemiro can go. Ericsson can go.
Let's say you bring in.
Hold on. I just named you most of the squad there.
Yeah, but let's say you bring in Osimhen, for example, because I know you're after him, or even bring in the Delat. Let's say you bring in a Cunha
You're gonna
as
set
well as that.
LB off.
Yeah. Let's say you bring in I'm trying to think, bro. Another midfielder, like a progressive midfielder, right?
Mm.
And then let's say the quality of the league is basically like what it was this year, or it hasn't really shifted much, right? You're gonna get more points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I've said United top 6.
So is it really unrealistic to be up there? Is it really unrealistic?
No, but what do you mean? What do you mean?
Challenge, though.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You lot, how much have you spent, you lot? How much have you spent, you lot?
Hey, don't worry about us, man.
No. Let's use that same logic. You lot spent how much?
Yeah. We spent on the first team. I don't know how much we spent on the first team, but
You spent a lot of money, yeah. So why have you been given that title challenge? Why have you not gone for the title?
I expected the title this year though. If you want to spend that much
No,
money,
why have you gotten there though? Just
we still got holes in the team.
what looks on paper doesn't.
we still got holes in the team.
Football isn't paid on paper though. This is what you lot don't get, and this is what D don't get. Football is not paid on paper.
The reason
It's not about what you spend, you're going to become a title challenge. It doesn't work like that.
Saeed, one of the main reasons why we haven't been able to challenge is because we've still got holes in this team, right? What D's basically saying is if you plug those holes with better quality, why can't you go and compete? Is what he's saying, right?
Compete
But
for what?
it's one of them ones. But it's one of them ones where you're looking at it like that's not going to happen because of your current team. But what
You
I'm
should
saying,
know that better than
if
anyone,
you
though.
bring in certain players,
Exactly. You should know that.
Bring in certain players, for example, bro. Like some of these chances, the way you play football, bro. Yeah, Osterman's going to be eating, bro. Yeah, Osterman will be scoring goals. Even Delap, yeah, scoring you more goals than Rasmus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So all we're saying is, if you bring in the right players, well, 4 or 5 players that come straight into
You
that.
still got a gel. You still got to find the rhythm.
And I'm not saying I think that will happen, I'm just saying that, bro. Funnier things have happened in football, innit? Yeah. No one expected the quality of the league this season to be mad.
Don, I hear what you're saying, but you're expecting a team from 16th to 17th to bridge a gap all the way to title challenges, bro.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. For me,
I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there.
Look at Arsenal. Look at Arsenal.
What you guys are also saying is
1 minute, George. I don't even think you can put it out there like that, because I know, look, people are going to say the generic things. Then Man United, they should be doing X, Y, Z, which I get. Like, I get that. Yeah. But from 16th, 17th, for me, what's more realistic?
Not realistic.
Top 5 to challenge for the league.
Let me ask one question, Ramsey. Let me ask one question. Yeah, but this is the question I want to ask. Yeah. So, where do you think, Saeed, that this Man United squad realistically are in terms of squad? Like, what level are they at? What position wise in the Premier League? Because this will answer the question. I'd say
that they're a top. They should be in that top 10 at least. But
give me a number. Give me a number. Where you think they are? What number are they at now?
I'd say they're around about 9th, around there. Maybe.
Yeah, so you're saying Man United with the squad that are 9th?
Right now.
So the squad that are
around
9th,
top 10, yeah, top 10.
Okay, so they're top 10. So you think a squad that's top 10 with the Man United money that they've got, they're going to sign 6 players that I'm assuming are going to be.
No, but what I want first, what's realistic? Yeah, it's different. But you lot told me what do you want. You haven't said what's realistic. What's realistic is probably United get 4 signings at best, and they probably
if you said if you get 6 first-team players. So if you've got a squad that's 9,
I still think with 6 first-team players. No, but you got to remember. But you got to look at it, guys. You got to understand that you have to gel. You have to find that understanding. Yeah, you have to build consistency. Building consistency is one of the biggest attributes in a football team, bro. Building because Man City, look at what they've fallen off. Did anyone think Man City could win 1 game in 20 games? How many games did you go for?
Do you know what it is as well? I feel like people are just how many times?
Bro, that's Man City.
Wait, no. Wait, how many times
in the team? Come on,
man. How many times does a team go out in the transfer window, sign 6 players, and all 6 of them are a success? It hardly ever happens.
It hardly works.
Probably 3 or 4 of them are going to turn out to be good for the team.
I'm holding you lot accountable because you all rated Amorim. You was all slobbing man off before he came. You was all saying he's a big name, he's a world-class manager and all of these things. So if he plugs those holes, hold on, Roms. If he plugs those holes with players that you actually fuck with, players that all of us would take to start for our team or would happily take at the club, right? Why is it mad what D's saying? Yeah.
Bro, let me add to Don's point. Yeah, because Don, when I said to you, where do you think the squad should be? You said 9th, which means technically they should be finishing 9th in your mind, yeah?
Around there, yeah.
If they've signed 6 first-team players, you're saying that doesn't warrant a title challenge.
No
problem. So then, if that's the case, why then are you saying he's only got 2 months when he gets his players?
No, because what you got to understand, he has to improve consistently. That's the whole point of it. Is
you said you're going to 2 months later? You said
I didn't say. Did I say I'm going to sack him?
You did.
LB said that.
Okay, do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay, so how long do you think he gets?
I don't know. It's for me, it's eye test. If I don't see the team improving along with the results, then there's going to be cause for the manager to be sacked. Of course. You said that if they signed him now, you would understand why they sacked him now. If they sacked him. Because of the results.
There you go then. So I'm saying
the results. No, but I'm saying for what my point was to caveat that was he needs a summer window to build in his players, his identity, and then go from there. I believe the squad that he's got right now is not a true reflection of where he's going to be. For me personally, if he gets his players in, there has to be an improvement on where he's getting the results, the playing style, the performances. Everything has to be in tandem. If you don't see that, then you can judge him, say, you know what, you, my friend, have been failing because you know what, we've given you the summer window. You're still showing signs of, you know what, you're not building. Because if he next season can't win back-to-back games, that is a massive red flag.
So if he gets his 6 players, first-team players, his 6 that you want, where do you think he should be finishing?
I still think United should be in that top 6 area.
This is what I'm saying. And
No, hold on a minute. Because I'm still realistic of building consistency in the Premier League is a big, massive thing. And I've not seen Man United I'll tell you what, Man United in the last 2 seasons, could be getting 28 losses. So for all of a sudden, yeah, for me, yeah, and my thing is, yeah, Liverpool could win more games this season that Man United have won in the last 2 seasons. So for Man United to build consistency, I can't say we then should shoot to this number. I can't. I have to temper my expectations. That's on you. That's on you.
Let me tell you something from experience, yeah? Bro, when Chelsea finished 12th, it was very similar to United, right? Where your defense ain't that bad, innit? Like, you don't concede as many goals as what you used to. I know you've got a Bozo in goal, but more often than not, it's your attack that lets you down. You're lacking goals in the team, right? That's what happened with Chelsea, bro. We finished 12th. And the following season, even though we had a fucking Bozo of a manager, we literally skipped up 6 places to 6th, right? Yeah. All I'm saying is goals in this team are going to change your fortunes, yeah? And whether you think you can challenge or not,
the same goals needed one.
Challenging's a big stretch because you're thinking of all the teams that are above you and ahead of you.
Of course, they're better teams. There's better teams.
But next season, Saeed, let me tell you something. Next season, Saeed, yeah, you better be back into the top 5, big man. Yeah, you better be back.
I don't put that expectation.
No. You better be back in that top 5, bro. You better be pushing for that top 5.
And what?
Or top 4, even top 5 next year.
I'm happy you mentioned Nottingham Forest, right? Because that validates what I was saying. I know D obviously saying if United gets these 6 first-team players, they should be going for the league. Fair enough. What I'm trying to say is, for me, that's not a realistic jump. For me, a realistic jump is top 5 because this isn't like the Prem in the mid to late noughties where the top 4 was already done before this. Arsenal, Chelsea, United, Liverpool. It's not like that. Top 4 every season, top 5 now changes. You don't have to be great to be top 5.
You don't have to be great. I agree.
There's a reason why we have a race right now of like 5-6 teams that can still get. You don't have to be good to get top 5. That's what I think for United. If you get these 6 first-team players from wherever you are now, 16, 17 to top 5, it's very realistic.
Who's going to say it's fair?
No, man.
No, hold on.
We've even seen with Forest. Did anyone say Forest challenged this year? They were up there, but they didn't challenge for the league. Like, we're not doing it.
Hold on, DD. Let me learn this point. I think United. Hold on, yeah. I hope United get top 5 next year, and that should be really the aim. What I think, we all make predictions. I think United next season will, for me, get into that maybe top 6, 7 bracket. I really do. I don't think we're going to be consistent enough to get into that Champions League group. If we do it, and fair enough, that's a little whatever. But right now, like I said to you, I am not putting my expectation. I don't even know what players we got, what the quality players we got. I really don't know. And I have to still see this team build consistent. We have not won back-to-back games this season. This group of players, have not won back-to-back games. The manager hasn't felt back-to-back games, Premier League games. So if I had seen that, I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, maybe we can do that. But I haven't seen that, bro. So I can't say we're going to do it. I can't confidently say Man United are going to get top 5 next season. I can't. If you don't want to do that, that's on you. But for me, I can't confidently say it. So that's why I'm saying top 6 next season.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
I think that's terrible.
Let's get these super chats in next. Big up to Nadir. He says O'Reilly prop needed LB. We have been saying since November, play this kid, you toss a pep. Dead game, but we need to clear out this season. Get me Verts. Say this copium coming from a United fan, big up. Looking at Wolves manager, that Wolves squad is already built for a back 3 system. Guess which system the Wolves manager plays? SMH. Big up Luis Alfonso Diaz says, big up Elite Panel. Shout out to for cooking that dead striker, Ackley, Shirley Carter, and Megan Rapion on the wing. That's crazy, man. If you don't know who they are, then guess.
Crazy.
Liverpool, we got more effing points and goals than United and Everton combined. All of the predictions aged very well. Big up Callum, man. Yo, big up to Callum.
Wait, you saying Callum from Coppish? I know we're both black, but we don't look the same, you know.
Yeah. I don't think he means. Yeah. No. I think he knows. Yeah.
I look like Rob as well, then, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Big up Callum, though. Definitely.
Yeah. Chelsea, man, you got away with it, man. You got away with it, man. I swear down. I was ready for a Chelsea cooking. I was ready for a Chelsea.
Getting away with it sounds like we played shit. We didn't play shit, especially that second half.
Bro, listen, man. I don't care, bro. I was expecting.
Don't hold on, Jules. Lift your head up now. Lift your head up now.
Yeah?
Because I'm coming straight to you. Get away, blood. Yeah. This guy the other week when I said
no, Don. Honestly, Don. Before you go and just dispute rubbish. No, before you go, I'll just keep talking till you. I'm just gonna annoy you. That's what I'll do. Let's start here. Nobody cares about Chelsea on your little striker problem. We've all told you nobody cares. You're gonna come here and cry about, I told you Tyrique George is.
Nobody cares because you've been proven wrong.
Nobody cares.
I know demons like you.
Honestly, nobody cares.
Yeah.
No, George. You know why we have to be fair? Wait, listen, Don, chill. I'm about to give you your flowers. Chill. George, you know why we have to give Don his flowers? Me, you, LB Saeed, Lee Gunner, we cooked him for suggesting Tyrique George. We cooked him. We fried him. Now he scored and got them back in the game. We have to be fair. We have
because Madueke ain't performing. Madueke stinking the pitch out. That's why. Really?
No. I'm giving Don credit for Tyrique George. Not Madueke. I'm giving Don for the Tyrique George shout because we all laughed at him the last year.
Okay.
We were laughing at him. So Tyrique George shout. I'll give
Starboy.
Now, Don, do you know what you've now done, Don? You've set a standard. Now, Tyrique George, and I'm gonna be such a horrible person. I know you to keep on doing it. So you made his bed.
All I was telling you, lot, right, is the reality of the situation right now is that Gil is injured, Jackson's off form, right, and Nkuku is not a striker. So play George, who actually plays that position in the academy at times, right, can strike a ball and has better movement. And I've literally seen this guy mid-game go up top and actually play quite well, right? He started last week against those Polish guys away up top. He scored, yeah, and he helped us win that game 3-0. Actually, no, in the second half, he played up top. And then yesterday, bro, man comes on off the bench. I literally said to the guy in front of me, because I was at the game, yeah, that watch this guy score. Because the chances I'm seeing us creating today, the little cutbacks and that, you need someone that's just gonna snap at it, bro. Yeah, man did not hesitate. That little pass that Palmer played to him, the little flick, he did not hesitate to hit that, bro. Yeah, if that was Jackson, he would either be in the box, he would be talking to Sanchez, or he would have banged it over the net, bro. I'm telling you, he would have dilly-dallied on the ball, he would have slipped, and then by the time he takes the shot, it would have hit the defender. By the time he takes the shot, it's going straight into the keeper's hands. Yeah, it would have flew away. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, bro, Tyrique George right now, I'm telling you, I will drop Jackson for this guy and play Tyrique because he knows how to play up top.
Jackson.
He knows how to play up top better than this guy, bro. He's a better finisher than this guy, bro. Yeah, brilliant finish from him. And then Neto as well. Yo, that's what I always tell you, man. Like, it really annoys me that Neto doesn't shoot enough because he knows how to bang it. He knows how to smack it, bro.
Can I just say though, yeah? I hear, because Nkunku ain't working for you, Goo's injured, and Jackson's out of form. I hear why you're propping Tyrique George, but don't you think you're going a bit too early? Because this is what will happen. Before you jump in, this is what will happen.
No, I'm not.
Listen. Don. This is what will happen. This is what could happen, yeah? He then starts, blanks in 3 or 4 games. Then it's like, oh, he's so young. Why did we play this player? Now we have this unnecessary pressure on him. This is what I'm saying to you. Are you sure? Maybe you should keep, just bringing him on, because coming onto a game and starting a game, it's 2 different pressures.
Let me tell you something though. Yeah, Jackson's been drowning since December. Yeah. Why should I keep persisting? Why should I keep persisting with something that isn't working? That doesn't make any sense to me, bro. Right? Graham Potter did the same thing. This guy kept persisting with Kai Havertz, even though weekly he kept missing. And I kept saying, bro, Aubameyang's not the ideal player, but I know Aubameyang's finishing most of these chances. Why don't you play him? Even play Datro Fofana, right? Right now, Jackson, I'm sorry, he's not doing nothing on the pitch. Even the link-up play hasn't been that great the second half of the season, bro. Yeah? You're just playing, man, as if it's Isak. Yeah? I told you, man, the other day, this guy literally came from Senegal in 2019. He confirmed it himself on Sky Sports News, saying how it was Emery that taught him how to play football. He said, when I came, he was doing Yaya knees as well. Yeah? When I came to England and that, yeah, or Spain, this guy was teaching me how to play because I was running everywhere on the pitch, right? That's what he said. And it's very clear in this game, bro. I've never seen such shooting technique like this at the highest level, bro. Yeah? Yesterday, man, just crossing the ball into him. He's not there. He's not there, D. I'm telling you, there's man in the ends that I know, bro. You know Cage, bro. You know Cage, East Ham Legends.
Yeah, cool.
I play with man over there that can bang it in better than this guy, bro. Right? And he's starting for my club. You know what I mean? It don't make sense to me, Roms. So right now, anyone can get it. Yeah? I know for a fact that George is moving towards the danger. He sniffs danger in the box because he knows that role. Jackson doesn't. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. Yeah?
So George to answer your problems next season then as well. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's where you stretch it now. That's where you stretch it. We still need to go.
No, because this is what you don't like. This is what you don't. No. This is what you don't like, though, because you come on here.
You like to confuse people. You like to confuse people.
No, I'm not confusing nothing. I asked the question. You're telling me I'm confusing things. You've come on, you've pissed him up. You've added me. No.
Let me finish what I'm saying, though. You like to confuse people because right now, I'm saying the reality right now is Jackson's not playing well. Gill's injured, so play my man up top. Now you're going to start confusing people and they're going to start saying, I'm saying play George up top next season. That's what you're going to fucking do.
No, because what you've said, everything else that come out of your mouth has been, Tyrique George is so good at this, he's so good at this, he's so good at that. Why should he not be the guy going forward? If he's so much better than Jackson, he's such a, you said he's such a natural finish, the way he hits the ball so much better and all of this. You've gassed him up now. You're seeing all these great attributes about his game. If he's better than Jackson, why should he not be the guy to start in your striker position next
because
season?
we need a specialist. We need a specialist, yeah? We need someone who actually plays up top as their natural position. Tyrique.
So so tell me, what do you expect? Where do you expect his position to be next season? He's going to be second striker, third striker.
Left wing.
So he's play him left striker now.
George,
left wing and striker if needed.
Do you know what I can see happening? I don't think
he's going to get sent out on loan and never play for Chelsea again, or get sold. That's what's going to happen.
I think he's going to be a star boy. I think he's going to be a star boy, man.
You know what can happen? Yeah, I feel like you might send him out on loan. I feel like you're going to get a specialist on because I do think this is the summer you sign a striker, a top striker at. I think you'll get a specialist in. Jackson and Gu will become like second or third choice. Then I think you'll say, you know what, Tyrique George, another season out on loan. That's what I can see happening. But if he's the guy that you're saying he is, I'm not saying you're saying start him next season, but you are gassing him to a certain level. If he's what you're saying he is, he should still be in and around the squad next season.
I'm telling you, bro. I would keep this guy, bro. He's the sort of profile that Maresca likes. He's direct.
Do you think Maresca will keep him though? I know you would, but do you think Maresca will keep him?
Yeah, do you think Maresca?
Maresca don't get the listen. Maresca don't really get the final say on things, innit? But to be fair, honestly, than that, they've all been saying that he's been involved in what's going to happen next season. I'm praying that we keep this guy because we've literally just given him a new contract, right? He needs to stay in the team, bro. Right? He is someone that I'm spending more time with than spending that 60 million on Garnacho. I don't want Garnacho, bro. Yeah.
Now you will get Garnacho.
I don't want Garnacho, bro. I told you from the January, play George. Why are we going for this Garnacho guy? George is better than this guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Play this guy.
Is he?
Bro, I'm spending way more time with George than I am with Garnacho, bro. One thing that I know is if George cuts in the way Garnacho did the other day, he's not missing. Yeah,
I need to watch this George guy more because I've only seen him in 2 conference games. That's not enough for me to.
Where do you reckon his ceiling? Where do you reckon his level is? Where do you reckon his level is?
I'll show you the guy's ball striking. It's a madness.
How old is he, Don? How old is he?
19.
He's 19, bro. Yeah. I'll show you the guy's ball striking, bro. His ball striking is better than Garnacho's, bro.
That finish was cold, though. That's a cold
finish. It's a cold finish.
What's funny though, Don, is Garnacho's probably got one of the worst finishing in the Premier League, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's not mad what I'm saying, then, is it? If I'm saying that,
but you man left it late though, and ultimately, I still don't think you're playing at that level where top 4. Like I'm just seeing that above you, man. Like they're playing at a better level, man. I mean, the Aston Villas, they're creeping up, man.
That second half, you got to give praise to Maresca, bro, because in the first half we weren't creating many clear-cut chances, right? Even though we still had some chances. And again, I'm looking at Jackson. I'll show you in the group chat after. There's about 4 clips where my man's just ball watching. Yeah, there's one moment where Reece whipped in the ball nicely into the semicircle. He's nowhere to be seen, bro. He's nowhere to be seen. I'm watching him closely behind the goal, and I'm telling you, he's getting to things late. He never knows how to anticipate danger. Man literally watches the game like everyone in the stadium. He just ball watches, bro.
Was you shouting at him, Don? Was you shouting at Jackson?
Listen, at this point, I didn't even have nothing to say, bro. Because when I saw Reece making that individual mistake, again, another individual mistake to add to this list, yeah, it's mad. Man around me are saying, you know what's so mad, bro? It's like this is what I'm saying. We're fighting a lost battle right now. Reece lost the ball, yeah, under minimal pressure. As soon as that happened, man, I said Maresca, bro. They said Maresca. I said, how are you blaming that on Maresca?
No, you can't blame that on Maresca. That's an individual mistake.
And that's what
got bodied there.
That's what we're dealing with. Regardless of what happens, it's Maresca. I had Alex, Chelsea Fan TV, telling me, why did he start him? I said, bro, if he didn't start him, you'd be complaining to say that. Why didn't he start him?
Yeah. Someone could get punched in the crowd. They'll say that's Maresca's.
Maresca. They're calling him a wanker at half time.
No, but then also Maresca, though, the way he's after the conference, though, the way he's speaking, though, as if like, yo, like, man, like, I don't know, he was talking a bit of madness yesterday on the timeline. Did you see it?
I saw a couple of the quotes, bro. But like I said, when I see Maresca's quotes, I just keep scrolling. That's what you got to do, right? Yeah. Don't stress yourself out. Keep scrolling. These Chelsea fans.
What's he saying now? What's he saying now?
They always react to everything.
Don, can Can you get annoyed at the Chelsea fans that don't scroll and are actually taking in what he says? That's how you got to look at it.
That's your beef. You're allowing yourself to get rattled by this guy's
That's your manager. That's the manager of your club.
I don't care if he's my manager. He's contradicted himself many times this season, and he's a chatty patty. So me, I don't listen to him. He's a pillow talker. I don't listen to him, bro. When he talks, I just keep it moving. Yeah,
man said pillow talker.
Pick himself up anyway, because just to finish off, yeah, Sancho came on, was brilliant, bro. Yeah, I can't lie, say this past month, yeah, this brother is fighting to stay in Kennington, bro. Yeah,
man, keep him in it. What out 25 million? 25 million, man.
He came on yesterday, and bro, Tete was not trying to go near him because he kept running at him, bro. Yeah, the touches, the way he was dictating play, stopping the play, starting the play again. He was good when he came on, bruv. Yeah, and obviously Gusto came on. He did quite well. He got injured. But yeah, yesterday, bro. Listen, second half, you could feel that we were gonna score. It was a much better performance in the first half. Enzo Fernandez, another assist. That's 10 assists now this season. Palmer got another assist as well, right? We move.
Bro, allow it. Relax with that Palmer assist, man. Relax with that Palmer. Don't gas out.
It was a nice assist, though. It was a nice one, bro. Come on, when you go look at that little flick, it was nice. It was nice, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Basically, he's trying to say that Chelsea have been in the Champions League, and you know what I mean? Like he's basically gloating in it, which is fair. They've not been in the Champions League for a while. That's what
I'm saying. It's a battle right now, Saeed, because at half time, people were booing and people were calling him a wanker. Like he didn't even come after the game to celebrate with the fans. He was nowhere to be seen.
Oh yeah, he walked straight off.
Yeah.
Wait,
so I don't know if man expects Maresca, bro. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, he walked straight down the tunnel.
There's a broken relationship. There's a broken relationship because there's been many games this season where man's legit come to the crowd. He's getting clapped. People have been singing his name. Start of the season, I've been at games, man are singing his name. And like I keep saying, bro, fans are fickle. He's got to win these games to get them back on side.
Yeah, but he also says the wrong things, man. Like,
that's
you know what I mean?
He does.
If you go back to like 4 months ago when he said they weren't in a title race, when he didn't need to say that. You go back to last week saying a toxic atmosphere in the stadium or whatever the guy was saying. Like, the guy just says the wrong things, man. He should just shut up in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Less is more. LB, I've literally been saying about him at times. Less is more.
Less is more.
Keep telling people, like, the way he even gives detailed analysis and that sometimes. I'm like, bro, stop giving away your secrets, first of all, right? Stop talking too much.
But the thing is, Don, does his football still convince you of like his long-term future? Does his actual football, like, take away the players, just the system itself, you still convinced of it in the long term?
There's been many games that I've criticized him this season. Like Brighton, both games I criticized him. There's been many games, Jules, where I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, bro, as much as people want to blame the boring, even Pep, they call Pep's football boring, but it wins them trophies, right? Yeah. This type of football might be boring, but it's created the most big chances in the league after Liverpool, right? And it still had people missing the most big chances right now. Yeah. And defensively, we've got mid-table centre backs, and I'm looking right now, we've got the fourth best defense in the league. Once again, our defense weren't troubled at all. Fulham literally scored a goal because of another individual mistake. Other than that, Sanchez had a good game. They didn't make him work. Yeah. Chalobah and Cole wasn't doing a mad thing. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying right now is, bro, structurally our defending has improved. We're not being run through the way we used to last season, right? We're conceding way less goals. It's a lot of individual mistakes. And once again, in front of goal, Jules, we are even worse than last season. Yeah. Our conversion, like I said to you, bro, is relegation level. And the reason we won yesterday is because we were clinical. Neto was clinical. George was clinical, right? Last week we drew because we weren't clinical. We were rash in front of goal. You know what I'm saying? So I still have patience in this guy because yes, he's been shit at times, but he's been good at times as well. And the players need to take accountability, bro. You know what I mean?
You know, you said you're worse in front of goal than last season. I guess that link between Palmer and Jackson meant for nothing in the end, didn't it?
No, I said my fan cam, Romsey. The connection between those two right now is gone, bruv.
It's done. Yeah.
Nah, man. All that gas about the best two in the league, the best duo in the league.
No, he makes some good points, but he also makes some Lavia better than Rice howlers as well, and all of that type.
Yeah, that's not a howler.
But this is what I've told you guys about. Don has the conversion rate of Chelsea. He's going to shoot 100 times. He might only shoot 10.
Hold on, we're trying to cut Lavia now.
No, Jules, you just skipped. No, I was actually giving you a prop in it, but then you said it's not a howler, innit? So then you forced me into. I want to let it slide.
You
let it slide, bro.
No, right is better.
It's been proven to be a howler, innit? It's been proven to be a howler, innit?
No, well, listen, it's his fitness. That's the main thing, man. Because when he
plays, it was his fitness back then when you made the prediction, anyway. So what was the difference?
Yeah, but when I'm talking about the quality of the player, I can still talk about the quality of the player. Like I still think Reece James is better than Trent, but Trent is way like he stays fit more than that guy, innit? Right? And funny enough, Reece has actually managed to stay fit a lot this season.
I was
Do
gonna
you
say
still
that.
think Mudryk is better than Martinelli?
Bro, listen, you already know what I think, innit? You know what I mean? Of course I do.
I'm double checking to see if that's still the case. Because
Mudryk.
last year, this time,
Martinelli,
you were double down in this time last year. So I just need to know.
Martinelli,
you know,
Anyone can say anyone's better than anyone, innit? But it has to be proven, innit? Anyone can say anyone's better than anyone. I can say Havertz is better than Haaland if I want to, but it has to be proven, innit?
Everyone's got an
No,
opinion.
you can never say that. You can never say that. You can never say that. No, D, you can never say that. I'm trying to correct you. You can never say that, though.
But you know my point. My point is Lavia has not proven he's better than Rice. Mudryk has not proven he's better than Martinelli. These things haven't been proven, so you just have to accept that you're wrong and move on until they prove it. You can't say you can't just say I believe he is.
These sort of takes our time will tell one, innit? Yeah, Lavia can't stay fit to even prove himself.
And there you go then.
Mudryk got banned. You know what I mean? You're the same club that wanted him. And for me, like I keep saying, if he went to Arsenal, he would have benched Martinelli and he would have been a much better player.
If buts and mabies.
I see the quality. I can see why Arteta wanted him. Your manager wanted him. And your fan base will literally put him man in lineups. You know what I mean?
Mabies, bro. I'm just saying.
Anyone can say anything. Talking about him like he's useless.
It has to be proven. Lavia hasn't even proven that he can play 5 games in a row, let alone talking about against.
You keep going back to fitness. You keep going back to fitness. I'm talking about the quality. I'm talking about who I'd prefer to bring into my team if I could pick, bro. Right? And anyway, Lavia's back right now. We need man to stay fit until the end of the season because, bro, even yesterday when I'm watching like a lot of the drop balls into the midfield, Caicedo's by himself. Yeah, if you've got Lavia and Caicedo playing together, you're gonna solidify.
I don't know. Does Lavia get into that midfield three anyway when all are fit and available?
No,
it depends how you want to do it. It depends how you want to do it, innit? You can start.
Because Enzo, like I said to you, he's doing his thing right now. I can't lie.
Enzo's been stepping up whilst Palmer's been dying, basically, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You know, this is where I have to agree with Don. I wouldn't say I don't think he's better than Ras, but Lavia, I feel like the revision can be mad because when he is fit, and I agree with D, he never is because I don't think we've never seen him play 5 games in a row. But this is a player I wanted at my club. When he's fit, he's very cold, very, very cold. But Don, you're gonna have a problem where, let's say he has another campaign like this campaign where he hardly plays. You're then gonna have them uncomfortable conversations, bro. Because, bro, we all kick ball. You can have a player that's one of the best. If he's never there, you forget about him. Do you know what I mean? Like he's no use. Do you know?
Yeah, that's the whole point. The point is, the conversation should be whether or not he can stay fit to get into Chelsea's team. You shouldn't be coming online saying he's better than Rice and he's better.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Hold on, you lot guy like I've had this conversation like last week. We had this conversation start of the season where
when he was still injured.
No, he wasn't, bro. He was playing. Start of the season, he was
injured. He's been in and out.
When we were speaking about this, Lavia stayed fit, right? And before Lavia joined Chelsea, that's what I'm saying. There's a curse at this club. Before he joined this club, he played the most minutes for any under 20, bro. Before he joined Chelsea, right? And then last season, at Southampton. You know, what I'm saying?
Season though.
Yeah, and I watched a lot of his games there because we were linked. We were linked early to Lavia. We tried to buy this guy the summer that Southampton bought him. You know what I mean? So I know a lot about the player.
Remember, we were that close. We were haggling over 5.
Yeah. You were close.
Season ago, where he had one Premier League.
I think that is a player.
Season. He never really had that much.
It don't take me long to see how good a player is, bro.
No. He's talented.
But D's point remains though. If he's been gone for 2 years, how do you expect him to come back and play at that same level that he performed at 2 years ago? He's just not. He's had injuries. It's not like he's been injured. He has played this season, but you haven't seen him for a sustained period for you to be like, yeah, he's back at that same level. He's had bit like.
I never said he's back at the same level. I said this season, bro. Even though he's been back, he's been playing, bro. He played very well. Like you're forgetting the first game against Man City.
But again, I feel like you need to see a player play across 10 games in a row and see how he plays again. Then, because he's not going to play.
Not even just 10 games in a row. You got to see him play.
I've put Lavia. Hold on, D. Before you come in, yeah. Let me get my take because I think we're just wasting time now. I've put Lavia at the back of my mind because he can't stay fit, right? I've literally been online saying the club cannot go into next season thinking of Lavia in our 11. We need to be thinking of Santos, Sugo, Caicedo and all these, man, because this guy can't stay fit. I love his quality, right? But it's redundant if you can't stay fit. I never see you. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm saying in the summer, we fucked up because we depended on Fofana staying fit, Lavia staying fit, Reece staying fit. That's why we kept buying squad players, right? In the summer now, we need to forget all of that and focus on bringing in starters. You know what I mean? Focus on bringing in players that are going to improve the 11 straight away. You know what I'm saying?
You know why it's frustrating for you Chelsea fans as well? Lavia ain't even a player that needs to get up to speed. I remember Liverpool were flying. He come to Anfield with Caicedo and Boss. He had to come off early because I think it was his first game back. But you get some of them players that Saka's another one where you don't need 3 or 4 games. They come back in the team and they impact straight away. Lavia is one of them players.
Look at the first game.
I agree. I'm with you, LB.
Remember the first game we played Man City, bro? This guy was fucking quality. He was quality, bro.
Good player, man, but obviously he's so fit.
No, he's a top player. It's no different to like a Ledley King or those guys. But you know what I'm saying? Ledley King, we know how talented Ledley King was, but no one says Ledley King is better.
Yeah, but Ledley King was older, man. Like Lavia's what?
Don't compare him to Ledley King.
What I'm saying is with Lavia is we know he's a top talent. That's as simple as that. That's what he is. You can't. We haven't even seen him in the deep end when Chelsea need results or when the chips are down. We don't even know what his character's like because he hasn't played. We don't even know what his character. I've seen him. One sec. We know he's good on the ball, and we know he can dictate games. That's all we know. We don't know anything else about his character or his qualities, bro.
No, but I do know his character. I saw him come to the Emirates when you lot lost. When you
drew 1 or 2 games you've seen.
No. It was thick in the title race. It was thick in the title race when Ramsdale threw the ball to one of the Southampton players.
Lavia's never been in a title race.
Bro, I'm talking about you, man.
And when he came to the Emirates, when they needed a result to stay up.
Lavia played against.
What I'm saying, bro.
No, wait. Hold on. I've not finished my point. No, but you haven't listened to it though. My point is, I'm saying we can't judge his character because there's so many different scenarios that come into being a midfielder. People like Rodri and even like Foden, we know that they can get it done at the business end. That's what the
So basically, the whole argument is Don spoke too soon on Lavia. Basically,
spoke too soon. That's right.
Okay, that's fair.
Hold on. I'm not going to change my take though. I still think he's a better player than him. I still think this.
The Rice.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna start parading it now. Like he's not fit, so I'm not gonna talk like it's the same thing as Reece. I stopped having conversations about Reece because he couldn't stay fit. Same thing as Lavia. I don't bring it back in conversation.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Right?
That's fair.
What I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Do you know what, D? Obviously, I hope this don't happen to Lavia, but I can only go off what we've seen. I feel like he might have a similar career to one of you lot's cold plays. Remember Abu Dhabi, right? And I think if he stayed fit, Yaya Toure levels, in my opinion. Some people might think that's too much, but he could have hit them Yaya Toure levels, right?
100%. I agree.
We could see like a Lavia
man showed up to the Emirates.
You see him in moments in his career where they're cold. Because Abu Dhabi, whenever he played for Arsenal, was cold, bro. I see him boss us at Anfield, but then he was never playing more than 10, 20 games in. Do you know what I mean? So Lavia could have that type of career.
Well, Diaby was one of my favorite players, bro. I've even got tweets from years ago, 2012, 2013, talking about this guy, bro. Right? But back to Lavia.
What? Nah, you don't have tweets about that, bro.
Bro, Diaby was one of my favorite players. I promise you, Diaby was cold.
Don is like LeBron James, bro. I swear, Dan, he comes in every time. Bro. Yeah, that's my favorite saying, man. Yeah, that's my favorite saying, man. He's rubbish. He's trying. I got
Saeed said, "Show me the tweets."
Bro, like, what we doing here?
Yeah, bro.
You're a young G, man. You're a young G, man. You're a young G, bro. Back in the day.
This is what I'm saying, yeah.
No, you can share it. You can share it.
Show you.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Wait, screen share.
Screen share, yeah.
Oh, bro, that's if I just.
Nah, we can't see that. We can't see that.
Oh, bro, like, I don't know.
What does it say? I'll go on your page. I'll go on your page now.
This is from September 2012. I literally said Diaby versus Yaya Toure, right? And then 2013 January, I said, I don't know why Diaby is a sideman at Arsenal. Now he's live. Remember that word live? I said he's live. Yeah.
Okay,
and then 13th of January 2013, I literally said, what have Arsenal done to Diaby? Yeah, go pre right there. Go show the people, bro. Yeah, that's
Diaby's looking sloppy.
Diaby's looking sloppy. Diaby's moving like, oh, that's
2023. February 2023. Diaby was a proper baller, man. Yeah, I've always.
We all know that, though. We all know that.
Yeah, I hear you. What's that one there? You just skip past
this
one.
Yeah.
No, credit where it's due. You did
probably
say
fair play.
That guy was a baller, man. Injuries ruined him.
Yeah, credit where it's due.
He was
you get credit where it's due, and then you get called out when it's not due. You know what I'm saying? But credit where it's due.
Now, credit where it's due, man. You get me? You done your thing, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? Like you know what I'm saying? You've been on it, man. But there are some howlers, man. People that I've seen and that, you get me? Like, yo, there are some howlers, man. You know what I mean?
Name names, or it's not true.
Listen. Yeah. I need a tip for all the horrible takes. Chase says, Don, next season we should be more. We should move to a midfield three with Palmer right wing with an overlapping right back, in my opinion. Caicedo Enzo with Santos or Lavio. Oh yeah, Santos. You know he's coming back next season.
He's coming back, man. When Esteban comes, I wonder how many conversations we're gonna have about overlapping fullbacks. Because man actually likes to take risks. Yeah, you're gonna see man taking risks at people, bro. Yeah.
Do you reckon Esteban starts?
Bro, he could. Bro, listen, he can start quickly in this team. I'll be real.
Yeah. T-Dot says Lavia clears Rice, by the way. Sorry, bro. Can't receive under pressure. I don't know. I think Rice hate is a bit too much, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think he's proved his point now, isn't it? I think he's
man. Like,
I think he's shut everyone up for a minute, for a little while.
Yeah. Rice, you man, allow the Rice hate, man. It's a bit.
Two man the match. I think he's shut everyone.
It's not even allowed the Rice hate, bro. None of the Rice hate is warranted at this point. Like, he's proven yet again. Like last season, he was one of the best midfielders in the league. This season, he's like playing up again at top level. You're comparing him to these guys that barely play football. It's crazy. Like, it's criminals.
We're lucky. Everyone's lucky that Pep didn't get Rice and Rodri in the middle. I'm letting.
Bro, I said that it would have been.
Yeah, yo, LB, man, you missed out, bro. You know what? By the way, did Man City didn't want to pay that 105 million, really, innit? Let's be honest, they didn't want to pay that money. That's all it was.
I think Rice wanted to stay in London as well. He just had a new baby and he didn't really want to.
And also Arteta as well. Let's be honest, Arteta gave Rice a clear vision, man, and he bought into the plan. You got to rate that as well. Like some people, you got to buy into the vision, bro. And he saw him.
All lucky because they were on the verge of getting Van Dijk and they were on the verge of getting Declan Rice. They could have mopped up this whole league for a good 15 years, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy.
We mocked it up for quite a while, so I'm not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man.
It could have been a 10 years.
4 in a row. 4 in a row.
You could have done a Bayern or PSG where it's just 10.
Nah, bro. If they got Van Dijk and Rice, they'd have won it 10 years in a row.
Guaranteed. Yeah, easily. Tyrique says, my brother Don will crush.
Go.
My brother Don, big up Tyrique, by the way. He says, my brother, we will crush your top 5 ambition because you don't deserve it. Villa and Newcastle deserve it more.
Well, because they're a small club, though. I hate how people think because small clubs they deserve it more. What makes them deserve it more?
Whoever gets
team that finishes there is the one that deserves it. Like,
you know what? Man City. Like for me, like I think they'll get there just because they've got the knack of getting these 3 points. And that's what they did. Like it wasn't a great game, let's be honest. But you man got over the line, man, with Nico O'Reilly and Kovacic.
You know what? I've been saying get Nico O'Reilly in the team for the last 6 months, as fucking the day super chatted earlier on, man. People was telling me that, you can't put young players in the team. It's no, you can't do it, man. Yeah, honestly, man. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, just play the better players, innit? It's not rocket science, man. People overcomplicate football these days. Who's a better player, him or him? All right, if he's 17 or 18 or 19, does that mean you shouldn't play him? Why? The guy, you know these academy players, by the way, are all on like 5, 10, 15 grand a week now, yeah?
Yeah.
They're all getting paid fucking dough, mate. Do you get me? They've been in the academy since they're 9, 10 years old. They are ready to play. These younger players now are more ready to play than ever before in footballing history. Yeah, these guys are ready, man. They are so ready. They're all on Instagram, man, so they love it. They got the ego. Yeah, they got fucking hell, man. Get them in the team, man. I've been saying it back in September, October time. I said, get him in the team, man. Get back and see in the team, man. Yeah, obviously he kept on playing the old guys and they kept on failing. Fail.
The thing is with these young players as well, they're all rough. Like O'Reilly's rough as well, and so is Lewis Skelly. These guys, O'Reilly's a unit, bro.
You know why? People like O'Reilly, people like Lewis Skelly, right? They know that they ain't gonna have bare opportunities to prove it because the managers ain't got time. It's like you're gonna get played today, and if you drop a stinker, that can be your career done, mate. See you later. You've got to go out there and put a 10 out of 10 performance in. Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, these older guys, if they have a bad game, their career ain't over. Why? Because they've got credit in the bank, so they're all right. Yeah, they get picked next week. So these young players have got something to prove. Nico O'Reilly, man, I was so impressed with it at the weekend because the thing is, 85th minute, we're drawing 0-0. Not a great result, 0-0 would have been for us, yeah. Not only does he get himself into the box, Did you see the movement for that goal, by the way?
Yeah, it was good movement. Very good movement.
That guy was not hiding on the edge of the box, bro. That guy got himself in the penalty area and was like, fuck it, I'm not hiding. I'm going to try and score a goal. The movement was exceptional. Yeah, shout out Nunes, by the way, yeah? He's got a lot of shit this year. Deserves a little bit of it because he fucking bozo error, especially against United at home. But he's actually been pretty solid for us, man. And like, he's our second highest assister or top assister in all comps this year, man. And listen, in the end, we got the win. And that sets us up nicely now because we don't have to win tomorrow. I'll take a draw tomorrow because after that, we got Wolves.
I think you're getting beat. I
predicted a loss as well. But if we draw, then that's not a bad result for us.
Who you got?
Villa. I think Villa beat them, you know. I really
do. Where is it? Villa.
That's a score draw.
That's a score draw.
Score draw.
Yeah, that's a score draw, I think.
Nah, man. Villa moved to them last time, bro. It was an absolute annihilation, LB. Yeah. I need them in their game again.
You got to look at Rodgers. Rodgers against them midfielders, bro. I think they're gonna spin them, man, bro.
Yeah, but what I think the difference is what
Rashford as well.
Pepper's set it up like he did yesterday against United, where we just basically just like shithouse it. Like say, we get a point tomorrow. I think that's a pretty solid point, man. You know what I mean? Especially when you got Wolves and Southampton coming up. So listen, 66 points is the target for me, man. That's what I'm looking for. Do you know what I mean? So we're on 50 right now. It's Villa. Villa need the win more than we do. Let's see what happens, man. But
Did you not see Watkins' interview?
No.
Yeah. I think he's gonna leave. You know.
I can just imagine he's unhappy, man.
Yeah,
but
why didn't you? He was unplayable on Saturday, bro. He was actually unplayable. He was quality.
He was. Man hit the ball twice.
But how much would you pay for Watkins, though, man? It's 29. He can get you about 50 million.
In January they wanted 60 in it, so I reckon his price drops in the summer.
I'd go 50 mil. I'd go 50 million on Watkins.
50 million on Watkins.
40 to 50 mil.
50.
Wait, D, did you say you reckon he'll go Liverpool?
Yeah. That's what I think he'll go.
Would you take him?
I'll take him because I've got Nunes. Anyone's than Nunes right now, but I think we're going to try and go for a better striker. Whether we get them, I'm not saying we'll get them, but I think we'll try and go for Isak or Gyökeres.
Yeah, you won't get Isak.
That's mad, you know. 29-year-old, 50 million.
That's what I'm saying. We won't get them, but we will go for them strikers ahead of a war.
Yeah, but you'll bang your 20 goals in a season for the next 4 years.
Easily.
Yeah, he would, but I just feel like
definitely.
Watkins will be one of them strikers we sign within the last 2-3 weeks of the window. We'll have other priorities. He'll be like last resort. He'll be like last resort.
By the way, Spurs spent 60 million on Solanke.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
So
I'd rather have Watkins all day long over Solanke.
All day long.
Definitely.
You know what? Villa will extort you because he signed the contract last January. Watkins has like 3-4 years on his deal. So you know what, George, you said they'll probably drop his valuation, and to be fair, they should because he's not been starting week in, week out. But Villa are that type of club that will still up for maybe they might keep it at 60 or like a 70. And they're well within their right.
I don't think he leaves. I think obviously he's having some issues right now with the playing time and so on, but I don't think they sign Asensio or Rashford long term unless they secure Champions League football anyway. So depending on where they finish and if they secure Champions League football, I think Watkins is going to be a long term stay.
Yeah, but he's already upset with the fact that he didn't play. Like once you get disgruntled, it's hard.
But then he needs to be wanted by other clubs, and I don't think there's gonna be many clubs.
Somebody
I don't think Arsenal and Liverpool they've got other targets that are ahead of him. They've got like you said, Isak, you got Gyökeres, you got the guy who's playing for Leipzig.
If Watkins becomes available, most of the top teams will think, "Oh, that might make sense. He's already Premier League proven."
I'm staying away because of the age. I'm staying away because of the age.
Actually, no.
Man United might go for him.
No.
I'm staying away. I'm staying away because of the age.
He's 29, but he's not like he's 35.
Nah, but I think for me, you know, we get a player like that. You lose your pace, and then boom, all of a sudden we're making mistakes here. We cannot afford to make this mistake with a striker right now. We have to get someone a bit more younger, like an Osimhen, someone like that, come in. Right age, but also better goal scorer than
There's not many better strikers that make sense than Watkins.
He's proven Premier League goal scorer, bro.
Watkins makes more sense than Osimhen.
You know what? A lot of
what? Based on what?
Based on the fact that he's been in the Premier League for how long?
Does that really matter? You know what I mean? Strikers have come into the Premier League and scored.
I can't lie. I would say the same as D. I feel like if you're going based on proven ability, what means Osman's way better, not Watkins?
What do you mean? Are you taking a mick? What are we doing here? Seriously, Osimhen is a better striker.
I think he's better than Solanke. I didn't disagree with what you guys said. I think he's better than Solanke. I'd take him. Yeah, Watkins is a good striker. Like you look at his all-round career as well. Yeah, the thing about Watkins as well, what people they don't like actually factor in his creativity. He's so creative for Aston Villa. He's so key for the way they play. He can drag the ball out wide and sort of bring in other players. And what he does for Rodgers so often, you see Rodgers and Jacob Ramsey catching so many chances. I think Watkins is invaluable, man. You can
he is. He'll be the hottest striker on the market, one of the hottest.
I just thought this guy to my left is being incredibly quiet. If there's a club that need Watkins, bro, Don, this is...
Bro, I know, but Don thinks he's too good for
Watkins. That's his problem. Don thinks he's too good for Watkins.
He thinks he's above Watkins, but so does Saeed.
No, I didn't say it. No, hold on a minute. No, I didn't say it. It's like Watkins.
It's mad.
I didn't say what above it. I said I'm
Jackson and Hoyland, like, and these men acting privileged.
Bro, listen. Look at this guy. I see where Don's coming from. Don, you're right. You know, this George guy is annoying me now. I didn't say, yeah, we don't want Watkins because he isn't better than what we've got. I'm saying my better option, younger option, better striker is a Osimhen. I'm not saying I wouldn't take.
How much younger is Osimhen? 3 years younger or so.
Three.
Okay, but all right, let me just give you examples of top strikers in world football that have moved at 30 and continuously still good. You look at Lewandowski, you look at Kane, you look at Benzema.
Oh my God, are you serious?
We're talking about top, but let's be honest. Of the recent crop of strikers in world football over the last 5 years, the better players have always been older. You don't see young strikers come through a bar in Watkins
has never been on their level. So that's
Watkins not just win the Premier League goal, the Premier League assist award the other season, and not scored 20 plus goals in the Premier League.
Yeah, Watkins, has never been on those guys' level to even compare.
But he's not world class. But he is. If we're talking about,
he's a purple patch player. He's a purple patch striker as well. You know, he scores goals. He goes missing for about 20 and then scores again.
You know,
out of 5 chances he gets.
I was going to say he's not that clinical. He needs 5.
He's not that clinical. But Osman's not clinical. You were the guy bringing up most big chances missed in Europe or something like that. Has he not got?
Listen, LB, what are you backing in? You know what's going on there, LB? Let's Osimhen prop, man. I need the Osimhen prop right now. Come on, man.
I think Osimhen's obviously a better striker, in my opinion, yeah. But for Man United, yeah, I think you need someone who can be proven in the Premier League to get you goals. So if I was United, I'd probably go Watkins over Osimhen just because of the situation that you are in. You need proven goal scorer in the Premier League.
Cheaper than Osimhen, though. He's going to be cheaper than Osimhen. So he's going to be more money than Osimhen, should I say? You know that?
Wages,
I reckon he is.
Wages bought as well.
Yeah, but that's wages, doing it. Like release cost for Osimhen is 60 million. I reckon
Watkins
when United come into town, they're going to say, "Yo, you know what? He's 4 years left on his contract. We want 70 million." When we look at the market right now, I'm telling you, if Solanke, hold on a minute, if Solanke costs Tottenham 65 million, Watkins is a better striker. So by default, he would more.
Listen.
It don't matter. So United can get wrong.
Do you know why Saeed's bang on as well? Not only he's already in the Prem, English tax, all that. Villa might see United as competitors for next season.
Yeah, for top 5.
They're competing with us. Let's extort them. I actually agree with you still. You can get Osimhen for 10, 20 million cheaper.
Osman's going to want double the wages.
No. We're going to try and work with that.
Watkins only take 150.
He will. But I'd rather take that risk, than get fleeced, for that amount of money, bro. At least with Osimhen, we can sell him on to Saudi and still get our money.
You see what I'm doing with Watkins, bro? If I was to sign him, I'm bringing him with another striker, blood. Yeah, I'm having Watkins, another striker.
I hear that.
Have you not got Jackson and Tyrique George, though? What about Tyrique George?
Oh, yeah, you're going to be petty like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I just mean I thought he'd be second or third striker, bro.
Take a touch, man.
I think for me,
it's nasty.
You know what? Like I said to you, for me, Watkins is good, but bro, they're going to fleece every man for that, bro. They wanted 60 million in January for this brother, you know. Nah, they rejected us.
You know what they do now? Well within their right. If you're a Premier League team trying to buy Watkins, especially in the top 8, they're going to fleece you. If you're like, I don't know, an Inter or AC Milan are always looking for a number 9. They're always looking for like a striker or a winger. I think then they might drop it for a foreign club. But if you're in the Prem, they're gonna extort you. They're gonna extort you.
Facts,
Villa
100%.
sell well. Villa sell. I think they got a lot for Diaby from Saudi. They got 100 million for Grealish. They're not just a club. Yeah, you can have our player, but you have to pay the premium. They're not just gonna.
You know what's interesting as well, bro? Yeah, there's gonna be there could be so many dominoes that happen, you know, this summer, bro. Because like if Isak leaves Newcastle, that's the lap that could go there. Watkins could go there, blood. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like there's all these little things that can happen in the summer, yeah, where it's gonna be interesting, bro. Can't lie.
You've got strikers on the market like Sesko, Osimhen. You've got Gyökeres, and you've got about 7 teams all need a striker.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So the wages are going to be sky high. Yeah. So Don, you was wondering about Osimhen's wages, bro. Well, they're still going to be sky high because
there's so many clubs. Players. You know, it's so funny, bro. Ornstein came out saying, most clubs in the Prem don't want to pay him the wages, and it's looking like it's a Saudi one. They've got a feeling that it's going to be Saudi for him, right? If you end up in Saudi right now, I'm sorry, LB. I hear it. You came from Nigeria, you came from poverty, you've got to help family members and that. But bro, you're still gonna make a lot of money in Europe, right? Regardless, and you can even go Saudi after that, bro. Make a big name for yourself here, create a legacy for yourself. With money, and then go to Saudi.
He looks cold.
If he goes to Saudi now, that shows me that he's chasing money more than anything right now.
Right, okay.
How old is he?
How old is he? With that? Bro,
I never said it's a problem. I never said it's a problem, but I'm just saying that many clubs don't want to pay him the wages that he wants. Not just
because they're all cheapskates, man. That's what they
No, it's not LB. I don't know why you keep, bro. Do you work for Osman or something? You've been doing up his prop all season, trying to justify his stupid wages, acting like he's some top level striker when he's not.
No, but he is a top striker.
Let's be right. He had one amazing season in Serie A when Napoli went on that crazy run. Outside of that year, his numbers are average. He gets like 17, 18 goals. He doesn't get crazy numbers.
It's average. Hold on a minute. It's average.
You're not.
When did 17, 18 goals average?
When we talk about top level Premier League strikers, we talk about 20 plus goals every season.
Bro, how much is Isak on right now? Is he on 20? Is that average?
Well, it's not average numbers, bro.
No. Now you're gaslighting. Because I just said in the Premier League, 20 goals is considered top class striker. If you're not scoring 20 plus goals a season, then how can you consider yourself a top striker? You're not
21 goals in 25 games. 21 goals in 25 games. Awesome in this season. 29 in October.
You're talking about in the Turkish league, bro. What the heck is going on here? Oh my goodness. No. Again, I am right. Let me give you the number. Let me give you his numbers. In all the Serie A, LB, in all of his years in the Serie A, he played 4 seasons. In each of those,
let me look at the amount of games. Make sure you account for the games. Make sure you account for the games as well. Make sure you remember the games. Say the appearances one of these games.
In all of his years in the Serie A, 4 seasons, all played 20 plus games, 24, 27, 32, 25. Only 1 year did he get more than 20 goals. That's the year I'm talking about. Outside of that year, he got 15, 14, and 10. He's not a top striker. People don't get it.
He's getting 1 in 2 goals, bro. That is a top level striker, bro.
Level striker, bro.
Are you mad? If you're getting 1 in 2,
I want to hear D's opinion. D, do you rate Osimhen?
1 in 2.
18 chances missed, 18.
Look at his international career: 26 goals for Nigerian.
Oh my God! Now we're going to AFCON goals and friendlies against some of the worst clubs and worst teams in Africa. You're shameless.
You're the last person I would have expected.
Every stat I ever put out about Osimhen, people sit here and they shit on it. Oh, it's Turkey. Oh, it's Africa. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Yeah, the facts is the stats don't lie. This guy per minutes played scores goals. He scored 29 goals this season. And he could have been at Chelsea. Yeah, we have people like Don at the start of the season who was sitting there, didn't want to break the wage structure and rather have Jackson as a
real talk.
Listen to it, man. I listen to it, yeah.
Yeah, bro, take off those headphones. I know Victor's in your ear right now saying fight for me, blood.
Nah, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think LB is speaking facts, man. The fact that you lot disrespecting Osimhen's numbers and the way he's scoring goals.
No, hold on. I'm not disrespecting him, but I just feel like LB is overrating this guy. That's the point that I'm making.
overrate him. I don't overrate him. I don't think he's anywhere near Haaland. I don't think he's anywhere near the likes of Benzema in his prime, Lewandowski, anywhere. But of the available strikers in the market right
he's
now,
the first name that comes out of your mouth every time. Like you must rate him. I don't
are you
get
not listening to what I'm saying? I'm talking about the current
yeah, I know you're talking about the current striker.
He's better than Gyökeres. He's better on Højlund. He's better than.
He's not better than Gyökeres, though. I don't think he is.
He is better than Gyökeres.
In the areas.
Based on what? Why is he not better than Gyökeres?
I don't know about that.
He's not. But if you watch Gyökeres play, his ball striking ability is way better.
So you'll sit there and go, "Oh, he scores goals in Turkey," but then you're glazing a guy who scores goals in the
exactly. Yeah. What's the exactly? Which league's better? The Turkish league is better than the Portuguese league.
You didn't just ask for the number. No. This is where you get wrong.
Yes,
the Portuguese league is better than the Turkish league. What are we doing?
I think the Turkish league is better than the Portuguese league.
The Turkish league be better than the Portuguese league.
Galatasaray. What are we talking about here, man? Come on, bro. The Turkish league is better.
FC Porto, Sporting Lisbon, FC Porto, Sporting Lisbon,
we have seen better talents, bro, come from that Turkish league, than we have seen from that Portuguese
league. The league leaders in the Turkish league aren't even in Europa League, bro.
Bro. Turkish league, bro. Turkish league, bro. We got Luis Diaz. We got Luis Diaz to come from the Turkish league. Luis Diaz, yeah. Nunes. How many more scrums have we seen for this Portuguese league, bro?
The Turkish league is better than
you know what's funny? Let me reverse it. Name me one player that's actually been signed from the Turkish league to actually take a team go ahead. Name me one, because it's always the other way around. Only Finnish players go to
the league in general.
Name me the other way around.
League in general, bro.
You're doing too much.
Talk about the league in general, bro.
Talk about Luis Diaz and Nunes. They would go.
One at a time.
I'd switch the conversation to players. I'm speaking about the league as a whole. Sporting, Benfica, and Porto. At least 2 out of 3 of them get to the Champions League consistently. Fenerbahce and Galatasaray, you're lucky if you see them every season. You might see them one season and not.
Bro, what we're doing here, man? Ada Turan.
Roms, are you starting?
You know what I mean? Ada Goulet.
That the Portuguese league is much better than the Turkish league.
No.
These men are crazy. It's crazy.
So you're glazing. Hang on a minute. So you're glazing a striker that's had 2 good years in Portugal over a guy that's done it in Serie A year after year after year. He's done it for his country.
Exactly.
No,
you not got to respect
the narrative. So your point, LB. You change the narrative.
Shout out to my guy. Shout out to hater, man.
You are
what I don't get is you're changing the point. You're changing the point to your narrative, because what I didn't do is when we let me make my point. Let me make my point, because again I will tell you the two very differences between what I said and what you said. I didn't use Gyökeres' goals in this season to back up my point about him being better than Osimhen. I simply said Osimhen, Gyökeres is not better than Osimhen because the way that they play, just look at them on the eye. Gyökeres is a way better striker, as in his ball ability, the way he takes his ball, his first touch, his ball striking, his finishing. That's all better than Osimhen. To me, that's a better striker. Forget the goals scored. He scores more goals than him anyway. That's just another point to it. So when you're talking about the leagues, it's irrelevant.
No, it's not irrelevant. It's not irrelevant when you're shitting on the Portuguese league and shitting on what he's done in Serie A. Gyökeres is 26 years old. He's had two seasons in the Portugal, where he scored a lot of goals, granted, For some reason, you're allowed to glaze that, but we're not allowed to glaze anything that Osimhen's ever done.
Osimhen's done.
You said I was glazing. I didn't glaze.
Serie A, like I said to you, it's an even more tougher league than this league you're talking about, the Portuguese league. We agree on that one.
I agree.
Can you not agree on that one? Can you raise your eyebrows on that? Okay, cool. So he's done it there consistently for Napoli. Won them the Scudetto, the Scudetto. Bro, are you man deep in that? Won them the Scudetto. Go into Turkish and still
back. Don't like he won them. They had an amazing season as a team. That was a one-off.
And by the way, Galatasaray top of the league. Galatasaray top of the league, by the way.
Yeah, top of the league. They're supposed to win the league. It's literally corrupt over there, bro.
Everything about Osimhen, is no. Stats, no.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Do you know what it is? No, I speak to Galatasaray fans. I have friends that they will tell you that if they don't win the league, they sack their manager. That's what it means. Like, that is the point. It's like PSG, bro.
They lost the league by 1 point last year. 1 point last
Can I just
year.
say-
And they were, hold on a minute. He's saying that Galatasaray fans are
And they
doing that.
sacked their manager, Fenerbahce.
No, hold
did.
on a
That's why they got
minute.
Jose,
Fenerbahce
bro.
had a war. They had a riot outside the stadium, yeah, because they did not win the league by 1 point.
Because they
That
lost
is-
it to their arch
hold on a minute.
rivals. That's what
That
happens
is
in
why
Turkey
that's
every
how
year.
That's how competitive that league is. They know what's on the
It's
line.
competitive
And
between
he,
two
and
teams,
he
bro.
now they created a 5-point gap here. Mainly, let's be honest with you, because of Osimhen's goals up front. Let's be honest.
This
Let's
guy
keep that.
doesn't even watch
What
him.
are we
He's
doing
acting
here?
like he knows how to create the
Bro, I
gap.
watched the league. I watched the
What
league,
he's doing right now. Man,
I got
no, it's
contact
mainly
over there.
because of Osman's goals. Like, if you just look,
there.
you've never watched
I
that.
said, I said I got some unknown Galatasaray fans. Pull them up on your phone, bro. Who are these guys?
I'll call Galatasaray fan right now.
Hey,
Call him right now.
You're
Man.
now doing the LeBron thing. Yeah, I know that.
You don't know anyone, man. Get out of here, man.
You know
What
what?
are we doing here?
Can I just say this is more important? Yeah. All of our Turkish people watching this, I still need to come to North London.
Yeah, bro.
So don't take it to heart. I still need to come to North London. So yeah, that's what I'll say.
Bro, man, shout out to the Turkey, man. You know what I'm saying?
Pick up the Turkish community.
Pick out the Turkish people, man.
I can't believe you spoke out the Turkish league over the
Bro, yo, listen, man. I'm telling you, man. You want to glaze up, yeah, Gyökeres for doing it in the Sporting League. But when we say, yeah, that he's done it in the Serie A and he's done it in Turkey League, you dismiss it.
And
That's
for
why
Nigeria. And for Nigeria.
I haven't.
Yes, Johnson.
Man said I dismissed it. I told you
that you dismissed
I
it.
said he's
You
not a
dismissed
top
it.
striker.
No, you dismissed.
I said you
dismissed.
talk about him like he's a top striker. I said he's not a top striker. I never said he was rubbish. What are we doing here? I just said he wasn't a top striker.
I'll never dispute that the Italian league is hardest to do it than in the Portuguese league. Of course it is, but I just didn't like forget even Gyökeres and Osman. I just didn't like how you tried to say the Turkish league over the Portuguese. That didn't sit right with me. I couldn't just let that slide. That didn't sit
I stand on business. I stand on business on that one.
You did the Portuguese league is probably the sixth biggest league in Europe. Outside the top five, it probably then goes to the Portuguese league. It's bigger than the Dutch league as well. Portuguese league
Dutch league is the worst. Dutch league is the worst.
That's the worst. Still.
That's the bottom. That's the bottom. The super chat here. Big up to ISSL. We'll see how good Oscar is when the window opens and where it ends up, because you can't ignore him being ignored by every top team. Wages aren't an excuse when the likes of United and Chelsea need strikers. There you go. A quick question: are Don and D related lookalikes? I would say they're lookalikes. I mean, two black guys and say lookalikes, man.
Black t-shirts.
Is that color thing? Is that color thing? Is it color thing? Is it underbelly color thing? Is that underbelly?
You know what the viewers do too much sometimes? They just see two IC3s and like, let's group them together. Like Let's give Trent his flowers, man. You know what I mean? He's looking like he's staying now at Liverpool, man. You know what I'm saying? Wait, don't take the perspective.
Yeah, D, love, bro, love.
Guys, I see what he tried to do there. Now he's still cutting, but I feel like that celebration was like everything he's gone through, and like obviously everyone calling him XYZ and snaking that. I feel like that was just a release, that celebration. And people saying he hung up his shirt. If you watch it properly, it was simulcast. But either or, look, that's what we're gonna miss. He comes on, changed the games, because that game, I don't know if you'd have watched it, was one of the deadest games ever.
I didn't watch the game.
Well, he didn't miss much. I was struggling to stay away. Salah had a chance in the first 2-3 minutes that he should have buried. Didn't bury it in the end, but it was like very just, especially first half. First half was very boring. But like I've said week on week on this show, just get me my 3 points, because I'm telling you now, once we win the league, which will be next Sunday, we will win it against Spurs, because they'll rest players. I think they got Europa League 3 days after, and even if they didn't, we'll win it next Sunday. I keep saying you'll see freak results, because once you win, it's hard to keep going. Like, that motivation will go, and I think you're just seeing it in our game. Do you know what it's like? I saw a tweet. Do you remember when you're at school, and you know you're not at Friday just yet, but you know it's school holidays, and you start to do the colouring ins, you start to watch the film on the last day.
Of course.
That's what we're doing. We're just waiting to be basically released for our summer holidays. Like, I can't lie, the performance weren't all there. We got the 1-0 win. Trent come on and changed the game. It wasn't even just a goal. He was putting in crosses. He was playing in through brawls. Like, Trent done his thing, but the game was just, we just got the 3 points, to be fair. It was a professional job. Like, there's not really even much to say about the game. Otherwise, just get this league wrapped up as early as possible.
I agree.
It's actually funny. If Leicester performed how they did yesterday for the majority of the season, I don't think they would have been in a situation they're in, because they actually played, for their standard, I think they played quite well. But We weren't at the races. I said for weeks on end, we won't really. You're going to see a lot of these performances, especially away from home. I said last week, I think all of our games at Anfield, the crowd won't allow us to play bad. But I think we got Brighton away, Chelsea away. Obviously, just scraped past Leicester. I just think you're going to see these performances away from home. We know it's done. We don't have anyone challenging us. The players aren't really up for it now until we win the league. It was just one of them games. It was literally just one of them games, man.
Yeah, of course. Listen, one more win in it, one more win, and then you've lot won the title in it against Tottenham next weekend, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, Arsenal obviously won their game, so it was one of them where it kind of they weren't crowned champions. But I think with Trent, I just think he just wants to not say anything because if he says something, then it's like to cause a commotion. So he's like, "Yo, wait till the end of the season, you'll find out in it." But listen. The real, like the match going fans, the ones that go week in, week out, they're not gonna boo Trent, man. Like this idea that Trent was gonna get booed, like it was never gonna happen, bro. Like the fans that go week in, week out, never gonna boo. Obviously, it depends on outside noise, and everyone's gonna have their opinion, but really and truly, he was never gonna get booed, bro. You're winning the title. There's no need for bad energy. Like there's no need. You're winning the title.
Exactly. And since the Fabrizio thing where he said, Trent's gone. You remember that Tuesday or Monday morning when everyone when everyone was on his back? I've been to Anfield twice since then. There was no booze. He's been obviously weren't fit since I've been, but he's been in the dugout and he weren't getting booed. And what I found was the most ludicrous, like you just said, when this news broke out that he's definitely gone and that apparently this was agreed years ago. There were some people were even saying that away faithful would boo him. I was like, do you understand what away fans are? They back you regardless. So when you're hearing them chant his chant like throughout the game yesterday and at the end, and he's putting his hands up to them, of course it was always. This is why I say some football fans just do too much. Everyone hates him. Everyone doesn't hate him. Yeah, the vast majority might, but not everyone hates him. And you could see the quality we're going to miss because last week I got a few pelters for saying I don't think Conor Bradley's ready to be weak. No,
I agree. I actually agree.
People twist my words and say I think he's bad. Conor Bradley's quality, but to start week in, week out for us, I don't think he's there yet. I think he should be deputy. And I think you saw that I don't know how to pronounce the name. Mavavidi.
Twisted him up.
And this is why I respect Slot again, like he's done for the majority of the season. If he sees a player struggling or he sees a weakness, he rectifies it. He saw Mavavidi. I think he completed 3 or 4 take-ons against Bradley. That, you know what, Trent, it's your time to come on. Trent wins us the game. There was just little tweaks he done here and there. I think Gakpo did his predictable thing where he kept trying to cut in and shoot. Slot says, you know what, they're reading.
Yeah, love, bro.
Big up, Justy. Slot realized, you know what, they're reading this play. Gakpo's being very predictable. Let me put Jota in the middle and Diaz out wide, and we start to look a bit more threatening. Salah put it on a plate for Jota. Look, people say I don't criticize Jota. Jota's one of my favorite players, but he has been poor majority of the season, and Salah puts it on a plate for him, couple yards out, and he puts it over the bar. But I just feel that little tweak Slot's been recognizing all season, and it's just paid off. And yesterday was enough for me. Trent and Slot won us this game because I know people just look at Trent and say because of the goal and his quality. He showed his quality when he came on, but it's the little tweaks that Slot did, taking off Gakpo, putting Jota up front, Diaz left back, noticing Bradley was having a tough game, putting on Trent at the right time. He's been a genius this season. This is why we're winning the league. Like it's his decision making. He's very tactically astute. But yeah, man. Look, 3 points away from the league. We'll do it next Sunday, and then we're just coasting these next 4 or 5 games.
That's it, bro.
I don't really care too tough what happens in our running after we win the league. The one game I do want to win is Arsenal. I still want to beat them. I want to keep up our record because they haven't beat us, guys. I don't know if you two know this, at Anfield in 12 years in the league.
I think what's it called? A guard of honor.
I think it's optional, but I think Arteta seems classy, so I think
he will be classy.
Will you have won the league by then, like, officially?
Yeah. We'll win it next Sunday. We'll win it next Sunday, LP.
Yeah.
So Arsenal and Chelsea will be the first.
They got to do a guard of honor, yeah.
Chelsea will be the first, and then it'll be.
Yeah, I got a question for you. Yeah. Both of you in it and a chat as well, right?
Yeah.
Out of 10, I've seen it. Shout out to everyone, man. I've seen it on Twitter. Out of 10, what would you rate Slot's season out of 10?
Oh, it's got to be 10 out of 10. No, actually, you know what? No.
I'll say 8. I'll say 8.
I said 8.5, you know. I said 8.5.
I say a 9. I say a 9. You know why I say a 9, yeah? It's because you got to remember, nobody gave him an absolute chance of winning this league. They had basically no signings. You know, we was all mocking him, and including me, slot machine and whatever. Like, they have won the title by at ease, basically. Let's be honest, consistently 2 losses all season in his first season, bro. Who's done that? Like, Guardiola didn't win his league in his first season. Which manager really won their league title in the first season? Is it Conte? Is it Conte did?
Losing, I think first 2 or 3 games, Conte.
Yeah, Conte. There's not many teams that in their first season win it, you know. So, and again, without signings as well, without signings, bro.
Exactly.
So for me, I say a 9. You know, I say a 9.
The signing, I keep saying this, the signing we made weren't a slot signing, and it's evident how much he plays him. We signed Chiesa, he hardly plays him. That shows that that was more of a club signing than a slot signing. I just feel the reason why I'll give it an 8, right? Because LB, you said the season, you didn't say the Premier League season, you said the season.
Yeah, exactly. The whole season.
I think against Newcastle, it's not that we lost the final, it's the manner in which we lost the final.
Yeah,
that's why I might have to mark him down a bit. And I think the starting 11, he missed the trick with not starting some players. So the Carabao Cup, I know, look, I have to say Plymouth as well, because I know people say, yeah, but he was focusing more on the Champions League and Premier. I get that. But the 11 we fielded, I think every Liverpool fan should agree, the 11 we fielded against Plymouth should be beating Plymouth. There's no ifs, there's no buts, there's no maybes. Should have been beating Plymouth. So if we had got knocked out later on in the competition I think LB would have ended up playing you the next round, didn't it? Because I think Plymouth then played Man City. So like if we had got knocked out to like a Man City or a better team later in the competition, I might have upped the season to maybe a 9. But to get knocked out by Plymouth, how we did, is a bit embarrassing. And to the performance in the cup final, not that we lost, because you can lose cup finals, but the performance against Newcastle, that's why I'll give him an 8. But an 8 out of 10 is still very high. Very, very high. Because you're right, Saeed, that no one really predicted him to win the league. And if he did, there was a small minority. A lot of people just said top 4. Like you said, no signings.
Exactly.
That he wanted. So for me, it's high. 8.
Yeah, obviously the Cups, but they got beat by Plymouth. Obviously, they got beat in the final by Newcastle, and they got beat by PSG. You know what I mean? So
I think you have to consider the fact that they bought 0 players in the summer. Yeah,
exactly.
And you know, at the end of the day, this guy's come in. He's had a lot of to deal with in terms of the stuff going on behind the scenes, with the contract situations, and Trent obviously maybe leaving, maybe not. Who knows what's going on there? I think PSG, even though you did win the first leg, I think you got a little schooled there. I can't lie, but you'll learn from that. And I think next year maybe go forward. The Plymouth game obviously a major L. And obviously got beat in the Carabao Cup final. But, you know, if you would have said to Roms at the start of the season, Roms, first year, you've not bought any players other than Chiesa, and you're going to win the Premier League, he would have been laughing at you. He would have been laughing at you.
I would have said to you, wait, do you need your head tested? That is everything
exactly,
right?
So I think 8.5 for me is very respectable. And listen, I'll tell you something as well. And this is not cap, yeah? And maybe you two remember, innit? But I remember, first 3 weeks of the Premier League, I was there saying it's not serious.
Yeah,
because I could see the way that they were playing, man. I was like, this guy has got these guys playing. I think, you know, he's basically took what Klopp did with the rock and roll football and just sort of made it a little bit more controlled without throttling Salah. And that was a big thing for me because, you know, if you could go in there and you could make them just a proper possession-based team, but would that throttle Salah a little bit? Maybe he's found a perfect balance of what Klopp did, but restricting it, being a bit more controlled without cooking Salah.
Do you know what else?
I agree.
What's so impressive about Slot as well? I remember his first interview, and he didn't say this word for word, right? But he went along the lines of, "Look, I'm going to come in and put my stamp on this team, but I'm not going to change too much." People remember when he first came, he had that interview, right? And how this is a live thing. How many people in life say they're going to do one thing and they don't do it? He actually said what he was going to do. Obviously, he didn't say, I'm going to come out and win the league. He did say, though, his aim is to still win the league with the players we have. He wants to win the league. But the way he come in and said, look, I'm not going to change too much. It's like when you're cooking, you keep the same recipe, but you might add in a bit more salt or a bit more pepper. You might just add in a bit more of what's already there, That's what I think Slot's done. And I think he's genius in that regard, because I think if he came back and if he came into the team and stripped everything, maybe we haven't have won this league. So he literally just kind of picked up where Klopp left off and changed a few things. And like you said, LB, made us a bit more controlled, made us a bit more defensive.
He's got a lot of credit, man. Fair play to him, man. The only thing I would say, man, just to kind of wrap it up, the Premier League relegation teams have been, I really think, that's 2 teams relegating now. You know what I mean?
5 games to go, bro. It's crazy.
5 games. It's sad, bro. It's actually sad, man. And Yeah, I don't know. Next season, Leeds, whoever comes up, do you see them getting 10 games, winning
It's
10
all
games?
about the transfers. I promise you, yeah. Obviously, we're not going to do it now, yeah. But if you want to know why these teams have got relegated, look at their transfers.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at Burnley's last year. Didn't sign a striker. Didn't sign anybody over the age of 24. Yeah. Look at what these guys are. Look at Southampton. Look at the signings. Are they signing 30-year-olds, 29-year-olds, 32-year-olds, experienced players that have been in this league before and know how to get the job done? No, they sign these young players for one reason and one reason only: profit. Because they know if that player has a good year in the Premier League, they'll be sold. Just like Southampton did with Lavia, just like they sold Odegaard, didn't they, to Spurs? Burnley did. This is what they're about. They're about profit. They're not asked about staying in the league. That's why they don't sack the managers, and they're more bothered about, just play nice football. That's what it's about, man. It's all about the cash.
You know what, LB? It's not even just. You're right. It's predominantly on transfers, but it's the way they play. Company and Russell Martin. When Company was in Burnley and Russell Martin in Southampton, you're going from the big pit. What's the saying? You're going from the big fish in the big pond. Now you're going from the small fish in the big pond. They still think they can play the same. And I understand managers have to stick to their philosophy, and I get that. But sometimes don't be naive. You can't play the same way against better caliber of teams. They're just
but the problem is that's not down to the manager now. That's not down to the manager anymore. That's down to the club, because Vincent Kompany has proved that you do not need to keep a team in the league. You just need to play good football, because now he's got to move at Bayern Munich. If you would have said to Vincent Kompany at the start of last season,
I didn't think of it like that.
I'll give you two options. You can play shit football. No one's going to enjoy watching it. You'll survive last day of the season, and you'll finish what? You'll finish like 17th, 16th. You'll just survive in the Premier League, yeah? But then nothing's going to happen. You'll stay at Burnley the next year. Or you can play mint football. You can play pretty football. Pass out from the back. You'll get relegated. But then Bayern Munich are going to take you. Which one do you think he's going to do? Which one do you think he's going to do? So it's not on. So Tyrone in the chat, you're wrong. It's not on the manager. It's not on the manager, because the manager, just like players, just like us, as we've all got careers, we all want to go to the top.
You need the tools, man. You need the tools.
You want to be able to get to the top. And the managers now have been incentivized to play the best football to get the bigger jobs, not keep the players. And that is down to the board, because they should be sacking them.
Do you know what? You debunked my point straight away. And you know why you're spot on? Because big up Boston. Boston even said a certain manager who decided you were even bigging up at the start of the season. If you watch McKennan's Ipswich, they're actually quality. But again, he doesn't really have his players, the personnel, because they actually
spent a lot of money. They spent 150.
They did make a lot of they did make a lot of signs, but like you said, LB, because he has an attractive way of playing, I actually believe, maybe not straight away, I think he will probably do the first 3-4 months with Ipswich in the Championship, and I think he'll get them back to first. But then I think once the first manager gets sacked in the Premier League next year, they might come in for a McKenna, because they've seen how he plays in the Prem. And then obviously you're probably going to a club with better players as it is. So you're spot on, LB, because that Company example, I'm sure there's other examples as well, but that Company example is very good. And now he's about to win the league with Bayern.
Facts.
So
Facts.
that's actually a shout. That's actually
let's see, man. Let's see. People, we're gonna wrap it up here, man. Guys, hit the like button. I don't know how many likes we're on right now, but it isn't 1,000 likes, and we've had 1.7 in the building throughout the whole thing, man. 668 likes, guys. Hit that like button. Let's get these likes up to 1,000. LB, man, love for being on as always, man. What you got coming up today? Got anything coming up?
I might do a quick video on Bernardo Silva. He's apparently been told he's got to find a new football club. I've got Hugh on the channel. Yeah, so I have Hugh on the channel every Monday in it. So if you guys want to check in with Hugh, then that'll be live at, I think we're going to go 6 p.m. on the main channel. Obviously, we got the Saeed bingo from yesterday. That didn't go out till like midnight, because I didn't realize you'd get beat in it, so I didn't plan my day. But that's out on the second channel, more LB. Check that out, man. But obviously, big up YouTube, big up the lads who left, and big up the chat, man.
Yeah, man. Big up to you, man. Big up to my guy Roms as always, man.
We got, you know what? Dropping Wednesday, we got an exciting stream on the channel. It's a draft, but we tried to make the Champions League more related. It's players that have played for Inter, Barca, PSG, and Arsenal. We have some players that played for both, like your Bergkamps.
I was gonna say.
There's other players that I can't think off the top of my head. Neymar, for example, Messi, for example. So you have to pick the best version, and only one person on the panel could have each player. It was actually a fun draft, but that's dropping Wednesday night. But other than that, bit of a quiet week for me personally. But yeah.
Nah, big up to you, man. Big up to you, man. Make sure you lot Watch, yeah. Listen, I'll be doing a Turkish watch along this week, man. You know what I mean? The
I
man
wonder
said,
why you defending it.
I don't know. I don't even have one lined up. But listen, I'm telling you now, man. If you see a lot of Turkish fans in the comments now, you're gonna know why. Because you lot have been slating the Turkish league. Shout out to Turkey, man. Turkey. You know, big up to the fans, man. Listen, people.
Side though, not to put more shade, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was flying with Besiktas. So now I'm seeing these.
They want out. They want him out. They want him out. Standards, man. Guys, make sure you don't hit the like button, people, man. We're gonna raid George. Make sure you do that. I'll be back live 5:30 for the Straight Jacket podcast, and I'll see you lot there, man. But please, on the way out, hit that like button. We're out.